Veronica Brill, and with me is Brent Harrington, poker writer extraordinaire, and a pretty decent commentator.
Oh, hey.
I don't hate you that much.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's pretty good, because, like, I hate
glowing
everybody.
praise from,
I hate everybody and everything,
Veronica.
and I don't hate you.
Yeah, that's good, actually. I actually mean that.
Maniac, calm maintenance man, don't get yourself deleted. It's not fitting.
Moobot's very sensitive. So.
Moobot is sensitive.
Don't mess with Moobot.
81, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat. Who else is in there? We are in YouTube and Twitch tonight, and it is an all-ladies game. I'm super excited. I'm jealous that I'm not playing, but it's fine. Space Mexican, what's up? He is all about the ladies. Let's get down to the table and let's introduce all the famous faces. Some of them are pretty new. C1 Hurricane Cat. She's beautiful. I saw her in person. I'm like, wow, Cat. Hello, what's your name? So she is here. She looks like she's got about 500 in front of her when I was there. There's a lot of talking going on. We'll let you listen to the table talk. Seat number 2, one of my good friends, Poker Girl Carrie. Carrie is actually a tournament crusher. She actually had a lot of cashes in this last WPT that came through Sacramento, and she is starting to play cash. She's not as much as an active cash game player, so she told me to be kind to her tonight, although that's not me.
Be kind to her.
C3, Poker Mama, Casey. Casey is a professional poker player and a commentator now, and all-around amazing chick. Welcome to the game, Casey. Seat number 4. Sorry. Seat number 4 is Jen. Jen is a staple in the poker room here. Very good poker player. I think she's a mixed game player, actually. I'm pretty sure I've seen her in the 08 game.
Oh, okay.
Seat number 5, my bae, my number 1, Alicia, head duck, of course. But Alicia is here actually with her grown son. I was like, how did you get her grown son? You look like you're 25. So anyway, she is my number 1. Seat number 6, I actually haven't played with Evie? I haven't played with her before. She seems pretty nice. I like the hair. Seat number 7, my girl, Daniela, and it's her birthday! Birthday girl, I didn't know it was her birthday. She didn't say anything to me.
Unless her name is always Birthday Girl. No, that's not a nickname, is it?
No, it's not. Her name is Daniela, and it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Daniela, and I love her so much. Seat number 8, the crusher known as Low. Low final tables on the reg. And if she's not final tabling, it's because she's on vacation. Because that girl banks money and banks final tables. She is a crusher. You've seen her on Stones Live many, many times. So, and seat number 9, she's a newbie, PD. I have not seen her before. She knew me, but famous.
Right. Who doesn't know you?
Sancho Sanchez, what's up? Nice to see you. Rick in Barstow, it is nice to see you tonight. Sometimes it is Rick in Citrus Heights.
Sometimes it's Rick in Citrus Heights. I can't even speak at the moment. This is a pretty exciting lineup, I think. I think the last time that we had an all-female game, you were playing, so you're kind of like the instigator, the wine giver, the host.
Yeah, the Veronica and Friends originally was started to get more women into the game. So women actually get a priority in my game. And so that's how it originally started, and it is like fun and awesome to play with a group of women. Like, especially, it's hard. A lot of my girlfriends don't play poker unless it's my poker friends, and so you can talk strategy with other women. It's nice. We should like have a reading club too. You know,
right,
talk
so
about Sam Harris.
Sam
Harris / like tournament crushing strategy, cash game strategy. Mr. Smiley, what is up? Nice to see you in the chat.
All lady dealers tonight. I don't know that is a thing.
Yeah.
Just only lady dealers. Maybe.
Joseph Vida says, what's up? Jenna Brown says, what's up to all the ladies? Jenna has actually played in a lot of our live streams. And her and her famous husband, who is in Lost Boys,
oh right,
both work here. And Suited Aces said, not everyone can be famous, but whatevs. I mean, we try. Dark to Fur, go Carrie. Yeah, Carrie's got a fan out there.
Oh yeah, no fan. This is part of the tournament where I talk about how bad I play.
Oh, we haven't even seen a hand yet.
Oh, okay.
Carrie thinks the universe revolves around her.
It does.
So we're gonna be
Veronica.
talking just about Carrie tonight.
It does.
Well, let's see if we're
graphics are catching up. I'm gonna go grab a stir stick for my tea
Deal.
while the
Stir
graphics
stick.
catch up.
all right. Well, wow, lots of cards flying up in there. Did they kick it off with a bomb pot? Maybe I think that may have been what happened. Yes. What's up, ladies' night? That's right. Number one headband. It is ladies' night, and
Oh, number one headband. Nice to see you in the chat.
I get invited to all the ladies' nights. which
This
I
might
don't know
be
if is,
a bomb pot because it's a new dealer. The bomb pots are becoming a staple on the Stones live stream.
Yes. I would say that they are already a staple, right? I just assume that
they're
there's
not
going to be a bomb pot.
on the rest of in the rest of the room. I don't think.
Oh no, yeah, fair enough. That's right. It would be interesting to see that kind of get out to the rest of the room and be like a thing at normal cash game tables outside of the streams.
Dark Topher says all these girls are legit players. Yeah, they are. So yeah, bomb pots are like everybody has everything.
I think I played one time post stream and we did a bomb pot, like a PLO bomb pot.
That's post stream. It
True.
started in the stream.
No, I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, it was like some people like them, and it's like a fun little gambly, like.
I think everybody likes them.
Well, I mean, you don't like it if you lose a bunch of money on it. Nobody's gonna be a big
See
fan
what
of
kind
that.
of tea I have.
So Carrie's got bottom pair with some backdoor hearts.
I have to say,
Ooh.
Casey did her hair today, got her hair done, and she looks fantastic. I'm a fan of bangs.
Yeah, she was talking about getting bangs yesterday.
Yeah, she looks gorgeous.
This is a fun hand. I like Alicia's spot. I mean, I liked it on the flop. I like it a little bit better on the turn when she turns two pair.
Are you and I like becoming besties? We're like constantly doing the live stream together now?
I guess.
Let's just go get married and get this over with so we don't have to listen to each other anymore.
Oh, okay, right. So that's what happens.
That's
You
what
get married
happens,
and then you just stop talking.
Well, no, you talk, but you don't listen.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that would just suddenly go down, like as soon as you get married. Brent Harrington the third.
My friend said it's so weird. My friend says finished final table in the main event for 9th place in Chicago Horseshoe with my card protector. I'm assuming that it's the Stones Live Poker Card Protector Table 11. Bring on the World Series of Poker.
Nice.
What, Bri? What's up? Welcome to the chat. NRG Blindside. Shout out to Dr. Brent Harrington the third.
Thanks, Nick.
Are you a gynecologist?
No.
Is that why we have you here tonight?
Yeah, that's it.
You can see the biggest chip stack, 645. Now, if someone sits down, they can buy in for $645. I love that about stuff. Not all the card rooms in the Sacramento area have that. Like a lot of them are capped at like 300. What's up, Jay?
Hey, Jay.
Wear your glasses finally so you can tell that you've got a flush or not when you don't.
Now I know when I'm bluffing. Which is usually the case.
Usually Jake doesn't know when he's bluffing.
It's important when you play poker to know what you're doing and when you're doing it.
Giving up all the
I don't
long
know
tails.
if this is
Actually, I guess not knowing you're bluffing is probably an advantage. Like actually not realizing.
Like giving up any like live reads
Yeah,
or
exactly.
well the wrong
Poker
ones.
Girl raises to 10.
He looks really strong here.
Poker Mama, it looks like a little 3-bet already to 30. Oh, God, I'm loving this. Care LMFT says, and Layla, because it's her birthday. Yes, Daniela's birthday is today. She's 25. She's going to love being 25. I've been loving it for 15 years.
Who on the table is single? Well, this isn't a dating site, so
Not farmersonly.com.
that information, yeah.
PokerDegenerates.com, where poker players
right.
like to meet.
Yeah, wow. Who would sign up for that website, honestly? I mean people would, but
It would be like 90% sausage party. Poker Carry decides to call under the gun. This is a cash game, you know.
Yeah,
things
totally
are
a
little
reasonable
different.
call.
Yeah, totally. 665. Poker Mama's still ahead here with queens. It's a crush or miss kind of flop. probably the 6'5" is more within like poker Carrie's range than it would be in Casey's range. I keep on wanting to call her Poker Mama and Poker Carrie. Poker Mama and Poker Girl. So, but chances are.
And the chat
She
is
does
so
not have
trolled
a 6.
tonight.
Yeah.
I believe that there's no like actual rules out about who can play in the game, but thanks for stirring some.
Colonial Columbus. What about gender non-binary? Binary. Yeah, whatever, man. We are in California and we're cool.
Yeah, that's true. If there's ever going to be like a poker stream or a room that's like totally down for whatever, it's Stone's Lives.
Pokemon Club says Prozac to seat 2. She's just, I think she's nervous because it's her first live stream and she doesn't play cash. She's a tournament. She's a
She did come by and say that she played poorly, but I mean, so far that seemed pretty standard. I mean, I think she's probably just extra critical of her play at the moment.
It's hard to have your play be like honed in on.
Oh, for sure.
She'll be fine after 3 hours. I think she should get drunk.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be the best way to get over this. Her father's a staple in the room, probably one of the best limit players in the room.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Triple D.
Oh, yeah, he's been on the stream a few times. He's awesome.
He is, and that's her dad. So we got some limpage. I don't love limpage. Low can punish people. So I have a feeling when low's going to be in a hand, low's going to be a little bit on the aggressive side.
Yeah. Her shirt says American River Poker Pirates, so that seems like somebody who might be a little bit aggressive.
I hate College 209. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you in the chat. Welcome to the ladies' game.
Ron needs to be at the table. You know, it's just not enough room.
Colonial Columbus says, just making sure we have a person at my local casino who is genderless. They is actually a good poker player. There are people that play here that are also, choose to. They're kind of genderless also, and we love them, and they can play on whatever stream they want.
I don't think skill in poker, even though people have some strong opinions about this, has anything to do with
they're talking about the woman's
male
game.
Or female. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, if someone identified as a woman, they would be allowed to play. I don't think
the game.
Anyone in our card room cares. We have love for everyone. And your chips. We love your chips. Bring your chips.
If you're streaming live. Nick, it's on a delay. It's on a 30-minute delay, so they're not able to actually see the hands.
Yeah, NRG Blind,
live.
we are watching on the delay. We're doing commentary on the delay. They're allowed to be on their phones. Hey man, this is California. You can be on your phone, you can gamble as much as you want, and you can do what you want. Because it's like the Wild Wild West. We love it here.
You can't see that.
Lewis, most poker players are just soulless. No, that's not true. Rick and Barstow says Angry Polak wanting to get people to get drunk. Who knew? I'm like, what's the big deal? PD.
This isn't a surprise to anybody in the chat, though.
PD in seat 9 raises to 11. It's a nice size raise. There's Alicia's son sitting behind her. He is like a grown man. I don't understand how this woman who looks like she's 25 has this grown man son. He's watching his mom play. That's so adorable. And he watches Veronica and Friends, he told me.
Oh, yeah?
Hurricane Cat calls on the button. I like it. I like the ace-5 suited in a cash game. Jen calls. Casey calls. 2 o'clock. Queen high. PD now has the best of it. Jen has a flush draw. And Poker Mama needs a 5 for a straight.
Loving the inside Dr. Harrington. Thanks, guys.
Chuck Peso says audio is blown up. Maybe you can turn it down?
Is it pretty loud? I think the general idea is we assumed there was going to be a lot of chat at the table, so I wanted you guys to be able to hear what they're talking about, what's going on.
With Alicia, it's going to be loud. She's my bae for a reason. Look at her. She's just and she's calm tonight, and she's still loud. Mustax says, Veronica, how many bottles to give everyone on the stream on the glass of champagne you order by Vimo? Oh, he wants me me to order champagne for everyone? I think a bottle of wine would be better. Like, and a bottle. It's not Wine Wednesday, is it? It's Monday. A bottle of Edge, I think it's like 30, 40 bucks. You want me to send them a bottle of wine? Mustak?
That'd be great.
Craven Moorhead says always good to see you in the booth. You're welcome. He's probably talking about you because he loves you, but it's fine. You're copying
V in the booth. I did, yeah, that's right. Head Duck's got the big stack, as is tradition. 3 bottles, so I think that's.
Mustak, if you want me to buy 3 bottles for the table, I will, and then you can get me back when I see you. I think I see you next week. So why don't you text me and tell me, and I will.
Should be able to tell. Hashtag wine. Great. Evie's got ace queen offsuit. Pretty easy open here.
How many enough for everyone to have a glass? I think like 2 or 3. Probably 2. Not everyone may have a glass. How about we do 2, and if they need more, we'll send them 1 more.
PD's got a better ace, but it looks like limp raise. So limp for $3, raise to 13.
Okay, I'll wait for your text, Mustak.
And Carrie's on the button with pocket 7s. Let's see, ordered it online. Looks like Carrie's gonna call on the button.
PD in the hijack with another good hand.
Jen defends big blind, Jack 9. Pretty standard stuff. Evie's gonna call.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind. Well, she's under the gun +1. I don't know if I like just calling with an ace queen, but then you're probably getting crushed from the hijack. Jack 9-9. Jen
flops is huge.
Bo, like you read about.
Checks. This is kind of a standard line when people flop huge, checking a big hand. I actually think it's become so common that if somebody like checks and just plays super passively, but just is gonna keep coming, like it's not super hard to put them on a big hand. Carrie's the first to bet. Action checks to her on the button. She makes it 25. Now see, I think if you have Jack 9 here, you flat, like everybody expects you to flat.
Super standard.
But
if you raise, you're only gonna get called with a 9.
Yeah,
you know,
fair
or
enough.
Maybe an ace jack, maybe.
And looks like Evie.
It's an interesting.
Everybody's coming along.
It's an interesting bet by Carrie. I kind of, with so many people in the pot, I probably would check back on the button.
Yeah, it's easy for people to check. I mean, most 9s are going to check. And a lot of jacks are going to check. Jack 9's going to check.
I like that Jen is letting people catch up.
She's got a bet here.
6-7, you know, 6-7 might have got there and might give her some value. Ace Jack might give her some value right now, thinking that maybe she doesn't have a 9. She could be betting an Ace Jack like this.
It's $40. Third of the pot. Carrie might find a call here based on the way that the action went, but.
NRG blindside. I was born in Poland, yes. So Jen bets 40. I like it. I don't hate the call by Poker Girl. The only thing the reason I wouldn't call is because like there's no flush draw on the flop, so it wouldn't be like she's betting a missed flush and like just like turning her hand into a bluff.
True. I mean,
it would be a bluff. It would be a bluff at that
point. If she's like check calling the whole way, this could also be a hand like. I mean, ace 8, but she's not going to call ace 8 on the flop. It might be easy-ish to get away from it, but it also I don't see it as a terrible call. She did great with the check back on the turn.
Yeah.
In order to keep the pot small and the bet.
I don't think it's a terrible call, actually. Yeah. I think there's a case for like calling or folding.
she gets up.
I don't understand why she gets so upset. Like really, like we talk so often about poker not being an absolute, like there's no absolute right or wrong. Like there could be a case for folding or calling there. You can't. No one plays like 100% perfect. Not even the best players. So
she could have maybe not bet the flop just because four
I think
players.
the bet on the flop was bad.
Right.
But
and then that
everything
made
else is fine.
That could have changed things a little bit.
Ghost of M, what's up? Welcome to the chat. I'm gonna go get a waitress and get some wines to them.
Deal. So they're what's up, Ghost of M, Mr. Smiley, got to bet river. Yeah, Jack 9 has to bet the river there because, I mean, you've played. That's the one problem I see with this like standard line of playing passive all the time. Is you flop a huge hand. Yeah, if you bet the flop, sometimes people aren't going to have a piece of it. But there's different ways to do it. So I think.
But stack 2 bottles of Edge are being sent to the table right now.
My friend says I think it's February 7th. I fly there.
7-8 on tilt. Whoop whoop. Ladies' night. Yes, it is, and we love it. Birthday girl. Daniela raises to 12. Under the gun +1 with an ace-4 suited. I mean, it's a cash game. I'm more cool with these hands on cash games than I am in tournaments.
But she raised too. Also,
she is raising.
Limp,
it's not like she limped. Yeah, I agree.
Totally reasonable. I think these are,
standard spots.
You can open your range a lot in a cash game, I think.
I 100% agree with you. I know that the book is old, but Dan Harrington always talks about buying in deep in cash games and opening up your range. You definitely can't have an open range with a small stack, that's for sure. So,
right, you want to be deep in the cash game. But I mean, what is this, 1-3?
Yeah, I mean, if she gets 3-bet, you can just like open fold, I guess. Jen again, flopping a boat again. How is this possible? Run better, Jen. Don Duo, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. Maniac, calm maintenance man. Yes, it is. Why don't you talk to Brent since you love him so much? Maniac.
That's one of my friends. I think it's maniacal maintenance man.
Whatever. I call him a maintenance man of some sort. Broom sweeping maintenance man. That's what I'll call him. Checking around.
Oh, Carrie. Yeah. So Carrie turns a worse boat, which is pretty unfortunate.
Yes. So there's 95 in the pot. Now, Daniela leads here for 20. She got checked too, she's betting. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that bet.
So, okay, so she bets the ace-4.
Oh, there's me. I'm famous.
Yeah, it is a gross turn for Carrie's sake. She's probably never folding to a bet there. She's beating any random 8, but
Queen on the river. Yeah, this is going to be very unfortunate. The pot's 195. I think like Jen could definitely overbloat this bet, make it seem kind of bluffy, make it seem like she has an ace-king kind of. Well, I don't think she has an ace-king here. Like a king-queen. I think if she makes it like 225, it looks like, I have a king-queen.
So you're saying overbet?
Overbet it, yeah, overbet.
She bet the pot, or no, wait, half the pot.
Make it look like, oh, I've got an ace-8, king-queen. I like the call from Carrie, but yeah, it's unfortunate. You kind of like can't do it.
It's a terrible turn. It's a really crappy turn. Yeah. But I can see. I don't necessarily think Carrie's playing bad. I think it's just some interesting runouts and hard to get away from turning a boat. I suppose Jen could bet ace-8 there as easily as she could bet king-8, right? Like a made boat.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I agree. But like I said, I would have liked I would have liked her to like overbet that river. Racing guy 8933. What's up? He said dirty turn. It is a dirty turn. I mean, that's kind of a setup hand. You can't like. if you're playing well, but you get set up in bad spots, there's really like I feel like she's punishing herself right now when she shouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't think she did anything wrong. You know, it just sucks to play on the stream and then lose $200-300 right at the top.
I don't think anyone would blame her.
Yeah, not a great thing.
My girl, Alicia, in the small blind, 3 bets to 22. So Daniela was the original raiser under the gun, which is like kind of a wide range under the gun to be raising here. And then she gets 3 bet by Alicia and stays stubborn with her hand. Evie's in. I think she stayed in with the hand because Evie stayed in. 9-7-3. Alicia continues, which is pretty standard c-bet with a backdoor flush draw. That's about it. Evie's got top pair.
Yeah.
And then Daniela needs an 8. Daniela needs an 8. She's got an inside straight draw. She's got 25% equity. If she can get like 3-1 on her call here.
She's kind of getting 3-1.
She is kind of getting 3-1.
But she doesn't.
I think that's a call there.
She doesn't know. It's tough. I mean, I don't think you can. I think you can fault anybody for not wanting to call a bet and a call of $55.
I just think in position, if you're getting the right odds. Rich Bakelin, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat.
Yeah, did you see Watt Bry says he's going to play the food name game as Watt Brie?
Yeah, I saw that.
Great.
Well, everyone calls him Watt Brie anyway.
Yeah, I like it. Looks like 55, and Evie calls and wins the hand. Pretty easy call for Evie there. The one thing about that, I think, is if Alicia bets that board into Evie and Evie doesn't have a 9, Alicia probably takes the pot.
Yeah. That's true.
It's interesting. Well, it's not interesting. It's like it's funny sometimes because it's really hard to watch it and not think about the actual hands. So it's like when that kind of random board that doesn't necessarily look like it coordinated with really anything that anybody had except for maybe a 9.
Well,
I
think that board definitely coordinated more with her opponent's calling range than it does her opening range. That's the only reason I would have liked to check there. But I think it's also standard to c-bet, and you don't want to only bet when you hit and
for
check
sure. Your
when you're not.
c-bet frequency has to be like
pretty
not
high.
flop dependent.
Yeah, I agree. So I think like that was a super standard spot for Alicia to bet. Like I think that hand played out just fine. My friend says Veronica Grill is looking hot tonight. Thanks. I showered. I do that sometimes. Don Duo says 3 bets sizing was too small, went raised to 10, and then 3 bigs to 22. Yeah, it was kind of like a click back. It wasn't like a...
It's less effective in a cash game than a tournament, for sure.
Yeah, but I think like if you're 3-betting, I think you should be not only taking into consideration the person who originally raised, but the pot size.
Oh, right, yeah. I think in general your cash game 3-bets or 3-bets are typically kind of big, right?
Yeah.
Like in tournaments, it's pretty standard to do 3x. In cash games, you could even do like 3.5 or something.
No, I mean even more. Like if the pot's like 90 and the bet was like 20, I'd probably go to like 85. You know what I mean? Like a 3-bet.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. For sure.
Hurricane Cat raises to 11. Now, Casey's sitting on a Queen Jack, and she's under the gun +3. She does have position on Cat, so she 3-bets to 35. I like 3-betting with Queen Jack. I don't like calling with Queen Jack. I think...
No, agreed. Like, if you're going to play this hand in this position, you want to be 3-betting.
Yeah, you can definitely get, like, better hands like an Ace-10 to fold pre-flop.
I don't think Cat's going to fold.
I don't think she'll fold either,
but maybe later in position, somebody else who has Ace-10 or in that range.
Yeah. So here we have 5-5 deuce. Again, one of these hit and miss. if Cat checks here, it will give Casey a chance to c-bet and potentially take this down now and get a better hand to fold. So I like the 3-bet with the Queen Jack. If you're gonna play like a wider range, you definitely can't play it passively and like just call and check and.
For sure, right? You can't necessarily. Like you said, Casey is going to do that for sure, where her c-bet has nothing really to do with the flop or not. It's just, you know, fairly, I mean, I don't even know that Casey would check if she had flopped like a huge hand there.
No.
Obviously, she's not going to flop a huge hand.
I think Casey's
with,
c-betting like most of her range there.
Right, yeah.
7-8 tilt on tilt says, are those doves on your shirt, Veronica? No, I think they're, what are they called? They're a different kind of bird. They're not doves. I forgot what they're called. I actually used to like do some bird watching when I was a kid.
Robins?
No, I forget.
Need to put a fish in here. That's funny.
Mistak, I ordered 2 bottles. If they want a third, I will send it. And I'll keep the bill for you.
The convenience fee?
Well, Mistak wants to send it over, and so Mistak and I have hung out a few times after the stream and stuff, and he's like, you know, so many times I want to buy the table a glass of wine, or a bottle of wine or something, a glass of wine, you all get a sip.
Yeah.
And he's like, how do I do that? I'm like, just let me know. So.
Yeah, I like that. I think the table will like that too.
Yeah, sparrows. 7-8 on tilt. They're sparrows. You're right.
Nice.
Are you zooming in or something? Getting your eyeballs on the screen?
You are greenlit for 3 bottles. The budget's been approved. The 3-bottle budget.
Dark Defer says everybody on the rail thinks they're wizards. Yep.
That's pretty standard in poker. I think one of the biggest things you need if you're going to play poker for a living is, you know, the ability to not really care what other people think and play your game.
I think one of the biggest things you should do, or one of the most important things if you're going to be playing poker seriously, is having a group of friends that are good poker players that you can run hands by. You need to improve. You can't like constantly, because we always talk about this. I always talk about this. Like, you can get rewarded for bad play in poker, and then you end up doing those things over and over again.
Reinforcing bad habits. Yeah. I think
4-5 jack on the flop. Low flops nut, flush draw, and Jen flops a jack. Checked around 3 on the turn. Yeah, I actually my statement's maybe a little bit more like absolute than I meant. Pocket Ape said it's ladies' night and his favorite lady is in the booth. Brent.
Brent has man boobs. Wow, dude. Thanks for noticing.
No one can see your moves because your name's over them.
Yeah, well, it's like the shirt. The shirt is like drawing attention to it. Maybe I have 3 man boobs, like Total Recall.
Wow, that's like, which Total Recall are you referencing?
I never saw the second one. I'm talking about the original.
Yeah, the second one I heard sucked. I didn't bother with it. I loved the original.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen the original, but I remember that part because I was like 15.
Because you were like,
when I saw that movie for the first time, yeah. Matt Glantz.
Paul Hillard, put your tongue back in your mouth and stop drooling. We all know Casey's beautiful.
It's ladies' night, so they're just watching. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to read the chat, Wapri.
Head duck in charge, races to 12. That's Alicia. Daniela calls the 12. If you're just tuning in, they've all given themselves names. I know most of their real names. PD 3-bets. There's so much 3-betting going on.
Love it.
This is the best.
There's not a lot of limping either.
I would have liked... no, I think 3-bet's fine. Ace Jack on the button. Great 3-bet. Daniela now won't call. She called with her like really crappy hand earlier. She decided she's not going to lose any more money with crappy hands pre-flop, which is 3-bet.
Great job. Carrie still hasn't come back to the table. She's feeling the sting of those first couple hands pretty thoroughly, unfortunately, but...
Wapri wants to feel your moves.
Yeah, well... I mean, I'll feel them for you.
Them.
I'll describe it to you. It's reasonably firm.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I'm
reasonably fair. It's acceptable.
What Bree says.
You guys
What
are killing
Bree? Sail on Victoria's Secrets.
I am gonna stop reading. Because you're killing me.
Dark Defer says girls that 3-bet are the real MVPs, right?
Yeah, I like that. It's
I'm in love with the 3-bet.
Who's best on the table? Casey.
Casey plays for a living.
Yeah, I think it's hard to compare like Alicia, who I don't think is a pro but plays a lot and is capable player.
Lo is a tournament crusher, absolute crusher. She's fearless, and I mean, she's been on a lot of our Stones Live tables. We had a raise out of, I guess, Jen, and everybody calls. Check chat.
Jen's in the big blind. So, Birthday Girl opened.
Oh, she did? Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm like,
It's all good. Sometimes there's so many cards like all over the place. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Drinking and gambling isn't family friendly. Well, I mean, it's family friendly to a certain extent.
7-8 on Tilt ask if these are known players at Stones or are they randoms. No, they're known players. Casey plays for a living, and I would say more than half the table is here on a regular basis. So, there's actually a lot of women that play the mixed games here. So I think like, because I play the mixed games on weekends, and it's usually like half the table is in the 08, in like the 08 game, the limit 08, or the PLO.
I like anybody who plays 08.
Thanks.
Non-Holdem games. You're welcome. I mean, despite what, it wasn't just about you, but
Yeah, it was.
I know.
Talking about me. Let's talk about me. Oh, there's Jake giving everyone hugs. Look at Jake! Everybody has to wear glasses because he doesn't know that he's actually bluffing. He thinks he has a flush. AC Toolers, what kind of pro? You mean Casey? Y'all should get
Grimes
Maria
cash
Ho in the
games.
game. Jose Campos. Yeah, well, I would love to get Maria Ho in the game.
Hold up, let me message her on Twitter. The problem with a lot of the pros.
Let me just boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Just call her.
I can't call Maria Ho, unfortunately. Maybe someday.
But I know people, 2 degrees of separation, I know people who can call her.
Oh, cool. So Veronica, get on that. No, I'm just kidding. I think a lot of times.
You understand Maria Ho's playing 100, 200 games? We don't even run 100, 200.
1025 would maybe be enough to draw.
We ran a 50, 100 with a $200 straddle once when JC Tran was in the game.
I don't want
So
to-
Petey's got an ace king under the gun +3. I know she's going to put in a raise here. I think she raised to 15. It's like pretty standard on the table, 13, 15. Cat calls with 10s. I like it.
Petey's getting some big hands.
Yeah,
like
she
the second or
is.
third time she did ace king.
Casey with a king queen. I like. She's
like
pretty
this.
aggressive. She's 3-betting the crap out of everyone. I hate that the graphics are in front of her face. She's 3-betting.
No, I'm not a pro
She's
player.
got position on everyone. 7-8 on Tilt. Brent is actually a writer for Poker News. You're probably the most legit person in the hizzy tonight.
Oh, wow.
I'm just a degenerate.
Never been called legit before.
You're legit, baby.
Sweet. Cards Against yeah, Cards Against Humanity is fun once, and then it's not really fun anymore. That's how I feel about it, personally. But it's really fun that one time. Anyway, I like the raise on the button by Casey. It's not necessarily a play like a lot of people would make, even in cash games, or like I don't see a lot of people making it. I think a trap a lot of people would fall into in this spot is just flatting with king queen. Like, oh, you want to play the hand, you're on the button,
and it's the same thing. Like for me, it's kind of like the queen jack kind of hand.
I think Casey understands the value of that.
PD, I would have liked some pushback because Casey's 3-betting all the time. But then again, now Hurricane Cat can stay in, and this is a beautiful flop for Hurricane Cat. I think they're both gonna. This is pretty standard. They're both gonna check to her, and I don't know if she's gonna c-bet her entire range. Yeah, she's c-betting. It looks like a huge overpair.
Oh yeah.
I think Ace King folds here, but 10s are going to have a very difficult decision. Because, like, within Poker Mama's range here...
200, I like it.
Within Poker Mama's range here is like an Ace King, Ace Queen, Kings, Queens, Aces, Jacks. I think she does this with all of those hands. I think if you're beating most of her range, you can... I think you just have to shove here if you're going to play. You can't just call.
Well, at this stage, it looks like Casey's got 300 behind.
Yeah.
Unless there's another stack in there. I think maybe like 330. And that. So if that's the case, then yeah, if you're gonna play beyond this, you're not really playing for less than 300 more. Because
AC Toolers, you're wrong. Look at this action post flop. It is aggressive. I think that you kind of just gotta let the F it button go. It looks, in her defense, if she folds this, it looks so like queens, kings, aces.
True, yeah.
But she's been 3-betting so often. It's easy to do it when you can see the cards. It's easy to say it, but I would just be like, okay, I've only got 300 something behind. Like, okay, I'm all in.
Casey's never gonna fold, and because she's only got 120 more.
Yeah.
If she shoves all in, so you're basically making the decision for your 320, or was that 360?
This is exactly what I did to Casey, and Casey folded the better hand when her and I were playing against each other. I mean, it's a tough spot, and it's a good flop for 10s.
315 left. What's up, Sean? Justin's good friend. I actually didn't realize I wasn't following you on Twitter already today, so I followed you on Twitter.
7-8 on tilt. I agree with you. Put it in and rebuy if you are beat. Yeah, because it just. I think like if you feel you're beating most of her range, I think it's a shove. Like she does have Ace Jack, Ace Queen, Ace King in her range. She does that same thing with all those cards.
True.
Not just big.
She is.
Now they're talking.
Yeah, my thing is not working anymore. The table sound. But yeah, otherwise I would say last time I tried to mess with it,
I just need to put it in the hole, and it's just not. It was working.
I think I mean this could easily be like Ace King, and that's I think what Kat is thinking about.
I feel like you're not listening to anything I said.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Oh, okay.
I know that you said that.
Oh, you're listening to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we're not married.
Yeah. Not yet, at least, right?
I don't like just a call here. You can't call.
Well, I mean, you know you're not folding, so it's like you're shoving, calling. It's just like
it's kind of the same because on the turn it's going all in.
I suppose. So if you just call, I mean, it's not like the worst. I don't think.
So Jose Campos says something good. Like that's the board she wanted if she got it in pre-flop with 10-10. Yeah. Like I think what better board do you need?
Yeah, but this is one thing Casey knows too, that nobody likes losing. Nobody, right?
I don't know. I seem to like it a lot because I do it all the time.
Fair enough. But that's a part of the decision. She calls.
No, she went all in.
She went all in. Okay, yeah.
Well played, Kat.
Casey's in a weird spot because it's only 100 more, and that's why she's looking. And she's like, I guess I can just fold.
It's actually like, she's 379, so it's actually 179. I mean, you have to call. If I'm Casey, I call. I was just like, oh, I hate it. But you might bank a king or a queen. Kat, I think, thought through this hand and made the right choice. I really like that she took her time and thought about this and did the right thing. Whether or not she holds up is a different story. A king or queen might come and turn our river, but like she thought about the hand, she deduced the action, and I think she came to the right conclusion. And like, I really like the way she played this hand.
See, the thing I think is interesting though in the cash game is you don't have to go broke, if that makes sense. Like Master C was saying, like you can call and maybe fold 20s on the turn, and yeah, maybe like pot odds wise in terms of like what you're sacrificing.
Yeah, well, I won't get into like results oriented talk, but I think that this isn't a call. I think like the preferable, like I think the preferable option is to shove.
Versus calling. Yeah.
But I understand what you mean.
I
like,
just think some people can take that line if they're trying to be. I was talking about this with Casey yesterday. Fun equity. They're having a good time on the table.
Can we take the graphics, like the pre-flop and flop graphics, down so we can see Casey and like see like her decision making and stuff?
Well, she has takes her 2 cards and pushes them to the. Yeah, I do think Casey could fold here. She's like you've been foiled. Like your plan almost worked. It did almost work. It definitely put a lot of pressure on Kat.
Mac 23, lots of O's and 8s. Hi, Veronica and Brent. What's up? Nice to see you. This is actually a really great hand.
Very much.
This is like one of my favorite hands that I've seen in a while, and I like the fact that they're taking their time to make these decisions. A lot of players are just fast, and it's hard to talk through the hand with the audience. I like this hand a lot. Casey knows she got caught, but she has to call. Casey knows her. I think she plays very well. I think she knows she has to call here.
Well, she knows she's not against aces, right?
Yeah.
So she's got to assume that maybe. Well, no. So she's probably not against kings because she didn't get re-raised to pre. Probably not queens.
It's exactly 10s.
So she
or
probably
9s.
can assume she has.
It could also be 8. No, it wouldn't be 8s.
She's wondering if she still has outs. Yeah, like. But she knows she doesn't have a set, right? Yeah, she certainly doesn't have a set. So.
I think like you can narrow her range down to like 9s and 10s and maybe jacks.
Right. Either way, she can feel fairly confident she has 2 overs, which is probably why it's taking her so long to decide.
8-6 shoves a lot faster. Aces would have played out differently pre-flop. Kings and queens. So yeah.
Yeah. So she can feel relatively confident that she's calling with a chance to win the pot. Not an amazing chance, but a chance still. Then is it worth 320 to get back the 200 you already put in, or do you just cut your losses?
No, I call off. Rich, Flicklin, take off that jacket, call already. Mark 3046 says call already. Yeah, I mean, she's taking her time. It's a cash game. The buns aren't going up. I think it's okay for people to take their time. Like, I don't want to sit here for 15 minutes, but I mean, this hand actually has been pretty good. I like it.
Why would King Queen call with King High? Well, just the idea of potentially being priced in. Like she bet 200, and now she's got to call. I mean, it's still she's got to call 179 to.
I think so. There's 800 in the pot. Like,
yeah,
I think
that's true. I was thinking 320 for some reason. 179 for 800. You're getting 4 to 1.
You have to call. I don't understand what's taking her so long. Like with the size of the pot, like you have to call.
But she's maybe thinking like, am I beat? Like
she has. So she's 30% to win the hand. So it's kind of like 2 to 1 almost. A little bit less.
But the odds are there in terms of what she's getting.
The odds are there for her to call.
Yeah. Which is why you would call Paul Hillard, I think. Yeah, it's like you're thinking like I have King High, she has a pair, right?
Yeah, if you're gonna play pot odds, she has to call. I think like GTO, she has to call.
I think she's in a situation too where she really knows she has to call. She put herself in a situation where she has to call, but she doesn't love it.
Yeah,
I mean, she really doesn't love it.
Actually, that's probably what's happening right now. She doesn't love it, but she has to.
Yeah, and sometimes your relative, and maybe there's a part of that too where people are watching the stream.
I think she's praying right now to 5-bet Jesus to see if 5-bet Jesus wants her to call. Travis says, guys, thinking is fine. More camera on her. Jose Campos, let me go make a sandwich real quick. Yeah, she calls.
Yeah.
They can run it up to 3 times.
And that's the other thing too. In a cash game, you can run it more than once.
I would ask to run it 3 times.
Maybe Casey's a one-time kind of girl. The problem with running it twice based on whether or not you're calling is I've always thought that is a little.
No, if you whatever you run it at, you have to run it like that every time.
Right. Well, also like you can't decide. I mean, you can ask, if I call, can we run it twice? But expecting any legitimate answer, that person can answer you, but I don't think you're ever held to that until you actually call. To me, I've always thought the proper etiquette would be you talk about whether or not you're running it twice after you make the call.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you. That's true. You don't want that to be the basis of your call.
Right.
Like you should be playing optimally with or without how many times you're going to run it. The poker boss in his, he says, "Wow, I actually disagree that she has to call. If she thinks queens or kings are in her range ever, it's definitely a decision." I don't think kings or queens are ever in her range there if you looked at the pre-flop action.
Yeah, I would think, because it was like a raise, she called,
Yeah.
then Casey 3-bet, and then she called again.
She never has kings, queens, or aces there. Never. She could have jacks.
I mean, that would have been
Tens,
next level kind of
nines.
stuff.
That would have
Kings,
been
queens, or aces.
Yeah, if she did
But,
have it, she was like super like mysterious wizard. I don't know.
Sorry, poker boss. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited, or at least happy that we have a hand like that where everybody
That was
gets
a
a
great
chance
hand.
to put their opinion in there, and I do think some concepts that maybe people don't not understand, but maybe have never really thought about. Like once you bet 200 and you're calling 179 to win 800.
Yeah.
On that board, king queen with 2 cards coming.
I think it was
You know, often you're going to have a chance to win the pot, and you're going to win the pot 30% of the time.
Anyone who's in the chat that I haven't said hi to, welcome to the chat. I think Travis is in the chat. I think I talked to him. Paul Hillard, Jose Campos, Wabrai, Mac 23000008, Matthew Beard.
That's a funny thing that Arlington Beach mentioned.
Thick gravy enema.
Is that her stomach fell through the floor when the ace hit the river?
Yeah.
Because they didn't see each other's hands.
Yeah.
So you think like you're just like don't want to see a card that you think is going to ruin your day, and you see the ace and you're just like, oh, I'm done for.
Yeah.
Or like the flush gets there or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
She's happy to win that one. I think both Kat and Casey played that hand really well, and it's enjoyable to watch 2 women play so well in a cash game. Like for me, just like super happy.
I think.
Look at Evie. Evie just bet $100. It says Carrie is all in to call, but she just added more chips to her stack, so that's not true. And she's just like, it's just a weird bet on Evie's part, $100. She flops the nut flush draw. This is a bomb pot, so there's already 190 in the pot, including the $100. So she overbet the pot with like 6 people in it. So with just the nut flush, I guess like I think it would be maybe okay if like I don't know, do you like this bet? I'm just trying to think.
But
like
I would lead the ace of hearts. I don't see it. Or maybe
100 into 90 with like 6 other people.
pot size bet. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're gonna bet big enough to just take your.
Oh, she's standing up.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I mean, it's not-
Behold the bet of Evie.
I mean, in general, like, is she gonna get called? She's not gonna get called by
She's gonna
like
get
the
called by
jack
a
of hearts.
flush.
She'll get called by a flush, but she's not gonna get called by like the jack of hearts.
No.
She might get called in that
think
spot by
maybe
like
a set.
a king or a queen.
A set
Oh,
that's like
maybe.
hoping the board
But
pairs.
she still has outs to beat that. And sometimes top pair can call in that spot too. A king, and you have an over to top pair.
I think top pair calls for like $60.
Also, she had a gutter too, didn't she? King, queen, 7 of hearts with ace hearts, 10 of clubs. She had a gut shot as well.
okay.
So I think she has a lot of equity. Like, there's a lot of turn cards that aren't bad. Ace, a jack.
7-8 on tilt. You can buy into the biggest stack at the table. KCM 1977 said, and a Broadway draw.
Right. Yeah.
New to poking. What is up? Nice to see you. All of like my favorite Twitch peeps are in the chat, including Thick Gravy Enema, best name in the world.
I haven't seen that guy in a while. I don't think. Creepy enemy.
Like you actually have seen him as a human being?
No, that name in the chat.
I'm like, there's a
That
human being
person.
that exists, like that doesn't live in his
It's not a
parents'
chatbot?
basement. Sorry, I'm just like totally needling Thick Gravy Enema.
I think
With that name, I think he can take it.
Yeah, that's true.
Hurricane Cat raises to 11.
Part of the reason why I think you bet that big is that you make a lot of hands that aren't over pairs, like maybe top pair or something like that, or like an ace king. They're never gonna continue in that spot.
8, 9 jack, all hearts. Cat actually flops top pair and open-ended. Poker girl Carrie, she's got an inside straight draw. She needs a 10. And Jen needs a queen. Everyone Everyone's just like got something except for Evie.
The thing too is like the way Casey played that hand. It was like $45 pre-flop when she raised. She 3-bet on the button.
Talking about that same hand.
Well, they're talking about it in the chat.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a great hand.
Yeah.
Shaggy on Twitch says, "Don't judge us." I will.
But
do what I want.
Yeah, I mean, so if she takes it down there, she gets it plus $45. I don't think she played it badly. I don't think. I mean, I think we're all being a little bit results oriented when we're talking about.
The Poker Boss says he's not a fan of pricing yourself in with your initial bet, which is what Poker Mama did. I think like it was a standard C-bet. The pot, she 3-bet quite large pre-flop. I think it was a standard C-bet. Maybe she could have gone like 150, but
would have been close to the same problem too. See you later, Poker Boss.
I think both players played the hand very well. I don't see like either one of them. I don't think either one of them made a mistake on any of their parts. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was great. I love the fact that Kat called off, like thought about the hand, how it played out, and I think decided that she's probably beating most of her range and decided to call on that flop. So Kat raises to 13 and gets a couple customers. 3, 5, 9, a lot of rainbows. Jen flops top pair. Evie still has pocket sevens, and Kat has a whole lot of squatters.
What's up, Cat 23? Cash 23, sorry.
AC Tiller says 115 viewers, 113 of them are moderators. Well, don't get all crazy in the chat, because you'll be smacked down by the hammer.
Does Carrie have Laffy Taffy? I want to see those jokes. Those Laffy Taffy jokes written by children that Veronica likes to make fun of for making bad jokes.
Oh yeah, you brought them in the booth.
No, it was here. I didn't bring it in with me. Somebody left us.
7-8 on tilt said her 3-bet pre was acceptable. Her continuation was too much. So 7-8. Or Paul Hiller says Kat got a read on Mama when Mama started talking and made a very nice call. 7-8 on tilt. She wasn't heads up. Pot size continuation bets forehanded are a bad idea if you think about it. No, 7-8 on tilt. I agree. The sizing was a little large, but I think like it's a super standard spot to 3-bet or to C-bet anyway. I'm not a huge fan of C-betting wet boards with multiple opponents that I haven't hit. I think like you have to change like your C-betting like how many you have to adjust with how many players you've got and how wet your board is. I like when a board is like that board was pretty dry. When a board's pretty wet, I will go with a bigger C-bet depending on how many players I'm up against. I don't think she played it that bad. I think like the only adjustment was potentially her C-bet sizing a little bit, but I don't think it was that
part
bad.
of the reason I think she made it as big as she did is because she knows how much Kat had behind.
I agree.
On purpose, she was basically chopping her stack in half.
Yeah, it's kind of like you have to commit your entire stack. She's making Kat commit her entire stack or fold.
Yeah.
That's pretty much. If she bets like 75, Kat can easily just call. But maybe like if Kat just calls like 75 on the flop and then the turn comes a brick and they check and then the river comes an ace, she might, Poker Mama could have like won the pot on the river by jamming or like betting turn and then jamming river. I don't know. Like Kat didn't have a huge amount of chips behind, and I feel like you can't really bluff someone with small stacks.
Fair enough. Once you get to the point where you have enough in the pot, you're almost calling.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh well.
Yeah. Here's Mustach's wine coming in. So
Nice.
I mean, I think like that hand could have played out several different ways to where Casey could have been the winner. But I also like Casey being as aggressive as she is. Like sizing aside, I think like more times than not, she wins the hand there on the flop.
Right, yeah, exactly. That particular hand, that's why I said I think maybe in general we're all kind of we know exactly what each of the hands are, you know. I think if you're looking at it where you don't know the hands and you're just facing the bet, there's a lot of times that bet does look like Casey is holding a lot more aces, kings, or queens
exactly
than Kat ever is.
Oh yeah, Kat's not holding any aces, kings, or queens. One thing I'm just gonna say is that was the hand of the night. That was probably like one of the best hands I've seen in weeks on the stream, and I hope that Justin JFK Stones will put that on Twitter later. Clip it. Put it on YouTube. Put it on Twitch. Put it on Twitter. Clip that.
I don't think there's a world that exists where the Eagles blow out the Patriots. I'm just saying. If the Patriots lose, they're not losing a blowout.
Spade it up, says Hurricane Cat. LOL.
Speaking of that game, you guys, we're going to remind you about the big game. Are you going to play this? The big game tournament? $125 buy-in, 12K starting chips, 20-minute levels, splash pots, cash splash pots at every tournament table. For touchdowns and field goals, $50 for a touchdown, $25 for a field goal. No, not in.
I'm just like, I played my one tournament.
Oh right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, like the day after you talk about how you're not a fan of tournaments, everyone's like, oh, Veronica's playing the Saturday.
Monthly deep stack.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Veronica's playing the last.
The monthly deep stack is like my favorite tournament. Something other than like an 08. So I if I can get to that monthly deep stack, I love it.
Mac, I don't have any plans on betting on the game, but I think it really feels like a big Patriots win. That's what it feels like.
I Am Horror Crusher did not like any of Casey's sizing. I feel like we're going to talk about that hand for the next.
That's what makes it the hand of the night, though. It's a hand that has a lot of weight in it.
And I like kudos to Kat because Casey is a professional poker player and it does this on a regular basis. I don't know if Kat is or isn't a professional poker player, but I don't see her in this room quite as often as I do Casey. And like kudos to her for like playing very well and thinking through the hand and taking her time. I loved it. I loved that hand.
This is 2-5 KCM 1977. It is 1-3.
Rana Bahawal. Veronica played a tournament and rivered everyone. I did.
One of my favorite things about doing this is listening to Veronica read the names of the people in chat.
I'm the worst.
It is the best.
King high flop. Evie flops the top pair, baby. Too hard. So Jen and PD both have flush draws. Poker Mama has a backdoor flush draw. That's about it right now.
Wow, Eagles will win by 13 plus. I would take that bet in a heartbeat.
I rename everybody in the chat.
Right, okay.
So I just do that. Mustak. He actually calls himself Master C, but I call him Mustak.
Well, I think everybody else, you're the only one that calls him Mustak. Maybe.
Yeah, well, I don't care.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I should call you Brent.
Whoa. Barrette, like a barrette, like something you put in your hair?
G-Bro, if you'd like to improve the commentary, auditions are being held on a regular basis. Please send in your videos now.
I feel like it would be less interesting if we just sat here and didn't say anything. For show.
For shizzle. So Jen bets 55. Evie calls 6 on the river. Evie's still ahead here with a king. I don't think she's going to get any more money out of Jen, and I don't think Jen is going to spaz out here.
Like
I think
check
Jen
fold.
checks.
It probably goes check. Maybe it doesn't go check.
It may go check, or check, bet, fold out of Jen. Yeah, Jen's checking. Yeah, check. I think like Evie's check back's okay. It's fine.
Mac says, what would it take for me to come to the broadcast booth with you? You gotta audition and then get scheduled.
Yeah, you go to audition. You can audition with me.
There you go, bam.
You just have to tell JFK Stones. Because I'm kind of famous. Do you want my autograph?
Sure,
Do you want my autograph?
Is that why this pen is always in here?
Yeah.
So that...
78 on tilt says Veronica is the nuts. I don't have any, so I am them.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sick.
And they are cheersing
Wine
Mustak's wine. I know Alicia loves her some wine because she's my girl, and we like to drink wine together.
Wine's good. Applications at the cage. Yeah, that's right.
Gar Rosie, Veronica with a heart. Hi, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Casey and 1977. Is this 2-5? It's a 1-3. At Stones, you can buy into the largest stack. So, yeah, it's probably like almost 1K, maybe $600-700.
Yeah, Casey rebought back in for like $800 and $900.
And Carrie also added on. Which
is one benefit of losing a big pot if you're Casey, that now you can buy in for a larger amount.
9-8 deuce on the flop. Low flops a pair. And everyone else is just kind of whiffing this board. It's a lot of rainbow. Low continues though.
Karosi says, what's your suggested 1-2 buy-in amount?
Max. I don't like 1-2.
1-2 is weird because I think the min is like 40, right? I don't think you should ever sit down with the minimum, personally.
So 1-2 in this room is like pretty much capped at 200 no matter how much people have. And so I don't like playing 1-2.
They do that in LA too.
Yeah, but 1-3 is where 1-3 and higher you can buy into the biggest stack, and then there's no cap on limit, obviously. I bought him for $100,000 last time I played.
Mac, we're not technically allowed to drink. Technically, so buying us a drink wouldn't work. At least not in the booth.
Protasm underpowered. Min is 40 at Stones. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, so 1-2. I don't think you should ever buy in for the min, personally. But you know, you just find what you're comfortable with based on your bankroll and.
My friend says is gonna give Joe Dirt a run for his money. He was actually in tonight. I should have snapped him. I should have snapped with him. His like mullet is killing me, man. He's rocking it still. We got some limpage going on. It looks like there might be a straddle because Jen is calling 7. So it's probably a 1-3-7 right now.
Yeah, that's right. Chris Moneymaker did drink in the booth, but
with me.
He is the only person that.
No, Jonathan Little. Jonathan Little and I shared like a $200 bottle of wine. It was amazing.
The only time I got to drink in the booth was New Year's Eve. And Justin actually gave me the alcohol and then told me I was fired. It was pretty amazing.
It's the best, right? King 10-4, 2 diamonds, both flop, a flush draw. 9 on the turn. Poker Mama connects now. She seems like she's a little steamed up, but it's only an $18 pot. I don't think she wants to spaz out. She said, "Give me $10."
Such a small pot, $10.
Jen calls her with ace high.
Gets extra $10.
You gotta love someone who's got the balls to call with ace high. Even if the pot's small, regardless of that.
True.
A lot of people won't.
Jonathan Little got so spicy on the wine.
If you can call off with jack high and be good, I'll marry your ass.
Oh, there's definitely people who've done that.
I've done it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it was like once in Vegas. The guy was just like super tilt monkey, like just acting all crazy and lost his mind, and I could tell that he was just spazzing out.
I was in a tournament, heads up, the photo that we use, that tournament when I was heads up, I snap called this guy with king high, just crushed his soul. But he was a dealer too, so we had a lot of dealers like sweating him, and the heads up match was it was brutally one-sided.
Oh, you're such a man.
I know, it was pretty good.
Tell me more, Brad.
So, not quite jack high, but
almost. Well, I guess you didn't make the cut though. 3 draw. I think she's gonna raise this.
You have to be capable. Someone told me before that like people have to know that you're capable of calling with ace high, which definitely is a benefit.
5-9 jack, all spades. Casey flops a 9 and checks. 3-way still to the turn. No one's got a jack either, and this pair's a board.
She had a 4. It was not
Gary Rosie asked when we can talk religion and politics. Anytime. Not here though.
Not here.
I'm down.
You only get teases of
I'm down.
political.
You obviously follow me on Twitter. 10 on the river. This is gonna slow down action. There's 4 spades.
4 spades. What do you think of the Blake Griffin trade, Veronica?
Yeah.
Great analysis.
Hey, man.
I mean, like Blake, and he's like really like Griffin-like.
He's like so
and
Blake-ish.
Got traded, and
Like the trade is so tradesy.
I mean, so like one guy went to the other guy, and it was like, hey, go there, and
hey, that's like
I got Blake Griffin.
That's exactly it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. There you go. Some really in-depth analysis on all the NBA trades.
Watbry, hashtag flat earthers. Watbry needles me like nobody's business.
There's a really funny skit on Saturday Night Live this week that made me think of you.
What was it?
It's Will Ferrell is like a flight attendant, and so they're like on Southwest or whatever, and they're like, oh hey, yeah, like Grant's been away for a while, he's back, you know, so we're gonna do this little rap, and they do this little rap, and then he chimes in with like something like, you know, death is the end, there is no God, and then they're just like, bro, you can't just like say that. And so like wherever he was on his trip, he had like a really terrible time, and they're like, what happened to you?
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it definitely made me, I just laughed, and I was like, wow, Veronica would love this skit.
Sancho Sanchez says, what's your favorite 80s movie, Veronica? Oh my god, honey, don't get me started. I love 80s movies. Okay, when I was a kid, it was like The Goonies. And then Lost Boys.
All right.
Pretty in Pink. James Spader, the jerk in Pretty in Pink. Like, oh, I loved him. Loved him.
This is the problem, I think, right? Like we all grow up with, I think maybe it's spawned from that though, like these characters that are like
sexy,
kind of mean, but everybody likes them, and they were popular characters from the movie, even though like they're not very nice people. I don't know.
Trav G, what's up? Welcome to the chat.
My favorite 80s movie is LA Story. I think that might have been a 90s movie, though.
I watched that for the first time, I think, like a couple years ago. PD raises to 11, under the gun +3 with a queen 4. Hurricane Cat in there. She's like, whatever, man. I play well. In the hijack. I mean, I guess she has position, but I would like, you know, a little raise there. PD calls and head duck in the big blind defense. King high flop. Poker girl flops. She needs runner for a straight.
I think the most famous person to come into Stones might have been Russell Westbrook. I think he came in here before. I've heard that. I've never actually seen him in here.
Trav G, what's up, is saying that his boo is in the booth.
Aw. So it's so nice. All these people, just such nice people.
John Doe says Veronica was a backup action in the Breakfast Club. Does that give me a shot? I don't think there were like crowd scenes in the Breakfast Club.
Oh, that's true. Back to the Future is pretty great.
Oh, Back to the Future was amazing. Amazing. I feel like a new generation is going to be born where they don't know Back to the Future. They don't know the Beatles. They've never listened to The Dark Side of the Moon. It saddens me.
After being your punching bag in 24 to Omaha, I figured your favorite 80s movie was Rocky. That was great.
Oh.
Lawrence Michael.
Wow.
I was an extra in Rent. Nice. I've never seen Rent, but I know all the songs because one of the guys, or not all the songs,
Rent.
but I'm familiar with the songs because a friend of mine in college would just like listen to Rent soundtrack all the time.
I love the Phantom of the Opera soundtrack.
There's some good songs.
So I lived in Vegas, and no kidding, Phantom of the Opera is my favorite Broadway musical ever, and everybody, all the dealers knew that. So anytime the dealers at Venetian got Phantom tickets, they'd give me one.
Oh wow!
And I would buy my own on a regular basis. I went probably the year that I lived in Vegas 50 times.
Oh jeez.
I love Phantom of the Opera.
Princess Bride is good too. Fast Times.
Yeah. Fast Times at Richmond High.
Fast Times is
awesome
great.
sauce.
Princess Bride is really good.
Coming to America is like the best comedy ever, not just an 80s movie. I think we have a
Bomb Pot time. Mr. Bompot. Let's see, which hand would you like to have? Oh wait, no, we've already seen the flop.
Lowe's got a flush draw. I ain't going anywhere if
Head
I'm
duck with top pair. Top pair. All right.
All right, top pair.
Birthday girl.
I don't spend that
Also
with
has top pair.
Who are you? Like, you're becoming a different human right now.
You know, you got to change it up a little bit. Sometimes, I think. You know, just
If
trying
you
out
guys
some
want
new
to
things.
snap me, it's Veronica Star with 2 R's.
Have you seen the original production in New York City at Veronica? Ghost of M wants to know.
You've seen the original production in New York City of what? Phantom of the Opera originally was produced in London. It was not in New York.
How about have you seen it in New York?
No, I have not.
Okay.
So the London one is like super long. It's the longest one. New York's not as long, and then
What do you mean, like longest running?
like longest time.
Oh, okay.
So the Vegas one was the shortest, like I think an hour and a half, but like London is apparently 3 or 4 hours.
So Casey's got to wait. No shit.
So Head Duck has a queen and bets 85. I think it's a decent sized bet.
Casey's opening.
Casey is.
Blazing Saddles. Karate Kid's good too. There's a lot of good movies from the 80s. Mighty Ducks. Was that a 90s movie? Mighty Ducks? Feels maybe more like a 90s movie. Casey, let's go.
Alicia takes it down and shows. I don't like showing.
Bam. I had Bomb Pot.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Sorry. Standards change.
Maybe. No, yeah. You can still not like showing.
I just, someone like Casey who plays for a living, I think she'll pick up
And maybe
on
like
betting, bet sizing and stuff like that.
Yeah, like how you played that hand with that board texture, that kind of thing. I mean, because you can still gather information from this is how you played top pair
Yeah.
against this many opponents. And that kind
I
of
just think, like, just in general, I try not to show my hands.
I mean, yeah, it's a pretty great rule, right? Because maybe there are times where it might be okay or beneficial, but I feel like those times are so few and far between that if you just never show your hands.
Yeah, I agree. If they want to see it, watch the stream. I'd be like, watch it, bitch. That's what I'd say.
Math C extra, and yeah, it's like, wow, somebody is cursing tonight. I think she's got wine jealousy, watching others drink wine.
It's not easy.
Yeah, and ladies' night jealousy because these are your peeps. I mean, they're everyone's peeps, but these are like.
I wish I didn't have a busy week at work because I would have a few glasses too.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I love that movie.
So there's this, I think it's on Netflix, Pissed Off Trannies with Knives. It's like an independent horror movie, but it is like a comedy. It is the Pissed Off Trannies with Knives. Watch it, report back to me next time I'm in the booth, people. Hilarious!
Watch this
I think
one
it was
called-
filmed in San Francisco too. Hurricane Cat raises to 12. I love her name. Poker Mama 3 bets. On the reg. Poker Mama says I'm going to give it a little bit back to you, a little bit of pushback. Jen decides to call. Cat's used to it. Cat's like, whatever, girl, I got this. Evie, I think like Poker Mama's 3-betting light. That's what I would assume, especially since she didn't win that hand and this is like her 5th time 3-betting. I would like.
You could bump it here with
I
ace
would
queen
bump it
and a
up.
big blind, I
I
think.
would bump it up to like 75.
Especially
80.
because Jen called behind as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
So
I'd bump it up.
you often take a look at like Jen is probably not the person you're worried is going to call you.
Yes.
And then that's where you find out what the strength of Casey's hand. Like
Jack
whether-
7-5. No one connects. Poker Mama is still ahead with 8s here. Hurricane Cat has a backdoor flush draw.
And she bets it. She bets 40.
And I like that Poker Mama isn't giving up on this hand. She's like, I have 8s. I don't have to flop a set just to stay. She just calls. I like it. They're talking about their bangs.
Talking about bangs. How long does
And now here comes Jen. flopping a set. Sorry, I didn't see that set. She flops a set. I think okay, the one thing I don't like about this raise is like, can you get value out of an ace jack, like queen jack kind of hand? Set of sevens, you know, are gonna beat you. I think a call there, because the board is really dry. I think just a call there and let them catch up. There's no straight right now. I don't like the raise.
Yeah, it's a safe board to let as many players continue, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think there's not a lot of hands that call you. Ace Jack might be a hand that might call you, but they're thinking like, what are you raising with on this board?
Yeah.
Are you raising?
Ace Jack gets super suspicious, like
Ace
of
Jack
sevens and fives.
Yeah, and if they are holding Ace Jack, then it's less likely that you're holding Ace Jack, which is a hand that might consider raising there.
Yeah.
You know, Jack 7, you know, any single pair is going to fold. Yeah, so your hand is very strong.
Apparently someone in the chat is in love with me. Get in line.
Huge
Get in
surprise,
line.
yeah.
VRS Villad.
Take a number.
Take a number. This is the deli. Take a number, honey.
Adventures in Babysitter.
Get in here. Get in here.
Oh, apparently
Ben.
you were...
No, I want to see you. I want the people to see your mullet. He's actually going to the live stream table. You get
See
to
Ben on table 11.
You get to see his mullet that he cut like a week ago or two.
Think about your hands and you want to call from the small line. Do you want some turn? CLG with all the fun, sexually infused questions. It's really great.
Thick Gravy Enema is like deducing the forehead show. Like, come on. Thick Gravy Enema, you're getting caught, in the weeds here. Get back in the game. Put your knickers back on and get in the game. Ghost of M says, Veronica salty tonight. No, honey, I'm just sassy. All right. Ben, in 20 minutes, we'll be getting in this booth. And
You mean in the box?
The box. Sorry.
Not
the
this
box.
booth.
Sorry, I get booth and box.
No, fair enough. They both
Always,
start with B and O.
My brain is like, my brain purges at night. I
Purges at night every day.
I lose everything I've learned in the day. Mustache says, this is so tame. She was yelling in the booth the other week. I was livid when Hollywood folds jacks on the button to an open. Are you serial? You're killing me, Smalls. Poker Mama raises to 15. We can't see our cards. Trav G's caught in the weeds tonight as well. Get out of the weeds. Get back in the game, boys.
Get out of the weeds.
PD calls. Jen calls. 2 a flop. 10 high. PD flops a 10. Can't see what Poker Mama's got.
I remember nice, sweet Veronica.
Feels bad, man. One guy says, Veronica's hardening up. Are you kidding me? Like, my mother used to beat me as a child in the kitchen with a wooden spoon. I've never been soft. Oh, Bob Fry. The only time I need the Lord in my life is in the bedroom.
Or like maybe when Lord has a new CD.
Yeah, when Lord comes out with a new CD. So Jen bet 25. Jen bet 25. PD calls. This is probably going to slow down action. PD can like kind of essentially turn her hand into a bluff here if she wanted. She still checks. Jen checks back. I like to check back. King on the river. I think that with that check back on the turn, I think it's okay for PD to lead here. The pot's just about $100. I think like a third of the pot is fine. And if you lead a third of the pot and like she raises you, you just fold and hate it. You know what I mean?
Cool. I don't know what it is about the booth. I've been yawning a lot.
7-8 on tilt. Veronica, ever think about LASIK? Nope. I am not letting things touch my eyeball, which is why I don't wear contacts. And like, I can't be taken seriously without my glasses. I feel like it's just too much blonde, too much eyelashes, too high of heels. This tones it down. Brings me to that analytics level. Mustache.
Not every game is gonna be off.
This is boring. This is not boring, Mustache. Are you insane? This is.
I know. I think he was questioning what somebody else said. This is a question mark.
There's been like so many 3-bets here, more than like any other game I've seen in a while.
Yeah, let's be. Poker in general isn't going to be like the most like invigorating thing to watch all the time, but
that's why
come
we're
here for community.
Trav G says nothing screams sexy like a Polish cafeteria lady accent. You get the mashed potatoes and gravy, and you shut up and you go. King high flop with 2 clubs. Now Low and PD both flop a flush draw. Low's got the nut, and head duck can't be loving her hand right now, especially with Low leading. Low's in the small blind. Man, if a club comes on the turn, it's just gonna get cray.
The bet and the call is.
Carrie can't get over herself long enough to sit down and play.
Well, she's gonna get some wine.
Yeah, she better get some
Great
wine.
idea.
I like this fold. Alicia's gonna fold. I like it. I mean, what are you gonna do here with 10s? You got one person betting into you, and another person calling. You're no good, baby. A king beats you. A set beats you. Set of 6s, set of 4s. You pretty much can beat a bluff at this point with
I think you can peel one here. I don't know.
I think it's an okay fold.
A bet and a call makes it really hard. You're peeling with one
yeah.
for sure.
If she just heads up, I think you're right. I think a call is fine. Low now checks, and they both check. Ace on the river.
Wow.
So now Low connects with her ace, and PD makes Broadway.
Yeah, sorry about that, NRS.
Please don't.
Trying not to.
Please don't just call with the absolute stone cold nuts here. I'll cry if I see just a call. I think she's just like thinking about how much to raise. I would go like, what do you raise it to? Like 120?
So she makes it 45. I would say like 150-ish.
100, yeah. And then Low folds. She shows. She's like, sorry, Low. Are they friends?
Can I do?
I think they're friends. You know when you're playing against your friend and you're just like, hey, sorry, dude.
I don't know any friends that do that. They're all just like, give me that money. Give me that sweet Brent money.
Eric Ridlund says, club us like a baby seal. Oh my god, that was horrible but good. My friend says, new game, what's your Streaming Stones gambling name? I'm going with Sharkbait.
Again, what's your streaming thing?
I would just like, call myself Whaling. Take me away to where I want to be.
Whaling? Isn't it sailing?
Yeah, but I'm whaling, a whale.
Oh, got it.
I get accused, among all of my poker friends, I get accused of being a whale more than anybody.
Maybe that's the persona for the Veronica and Friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
You're just like an action starter. I need a seat at this table, LMAO. Fair enough.
LOL, Muck Sir LOL. Nice to see you in the chat. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to the game.
First
it is
time,
ladies' night. Yeah. It's our first time together. I've been waiting for this moment all night.
Oh, she's playing with her hair too. You know what that means.
Birthday girl Daniela in the cutoff, raising to 15 with jacks. Low calls with a jack 9. PD and head duck are also in this hand.
Mike
we are
McGuff,
headed
yes.
4-way to a flop. Queen high, PD flops the best of it. It's not a super wet board, but there are 4 people in it. I like if I'm Daniela, the original raiser, I'm okay with a check here. But instead, it looks like PD's leading.
PD's leading?
Yeah, she bets 35.
Max Stone's Pizza is pretty good.
Oh, they're arugula.
Oh,
that arugula pear pizza. Oh my gosh, it's the nuts.
Yeah, they have a couple good pizzas for sure. I don't know that I've had the arugula pear one.
Oh, prosciutto, arugula, and pear.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
It's like.
You had me at prosciutto.
King M00. Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. Who else is in there? Anaris HS. Nice to see you. Restaurant. What is she wearing for shirts? I don't know. I like your name, Restaurant. Cash04. Cash04, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Vocal Terror. The terror of the vocal. The most vocal terror-y vegan out there.
Pear and arugula. That is a fun combo.
Vocal Terror probably does not have the meat on it.
Oh, right. Well, what meat would you put on a pear and arugula?
I just told you.
Prosciutto. That's right, yeah. I spaced out for a second. I was asking
you're
that
adorable. Jen raises to 12, under the gun +1 with a 10-7. I like this in a cash game. I would say in a tournament it's horrendous, but I think in a cash game this is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, if you're playing on a super nitty tournament table, I think it's fine too. I think that Daniela now with jacks again, 2 hands in a row, is not going to slow this one down. She's 3-betting to 35. I like it.
Make it 3-bet. What's Coalition Gaming Crew says, hi Veronica, my friend Bitcoin Louie, remember Bitcoin Louie from Friday night?
Oh, okay.
He was in the chat, streaming some online poker, sent me this way, big fan. Wow.
Oh, nice.
You have another big fan.
Where is that?
What's up?
Oh, Mac? No, where is that? I don't see it.
It's on the Twitch.
Oh, it's
Twitch
on Twitch. Oh, Coalition Gaming Crew, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat.
Yeah,
Thanks
hey, nice to see you. How about you, some espresso to the booth? Some nice little espresso macchiatos.
Oh my gosh, I have to sleep tonight. Are you insane?
Never
So, the birthday girl gets a customer. Eve, checking her hand to see if it's the same as it was before, and it is. Queen high flop with 2 diamonds.
Dangerous. I don't know why that one sentence
Dark
kind of
First
struck
says
me.
Veronica's dangerous. I am.
Smart, pretty, perceptive, poker baller. Wow.
Evie checked to Daniela and she said nice hand, and she folded. I really, really like a nice poker player in the game who's like not a jerk. You know, when people are pleasant to be around, it's nice to play. You don't want to sit there for 8 hours with like a super big jerk on your left or your right.
There's often like one of those, right? Maybe not often. Stones is great because I don't think there's very many times where I sit at a table and there's just like one guy that I'm just like, I dislike you.
Well, don't play 08 then, but that guy got banned for 30 days, so I'm happy.
Who's that?
I'm not going to say it on the stream, but...
Wow. I mean, that's unfortunate. If you're getting banned, you're probably doing something terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know why the idea of vegan cheese makes me laugh.
You know, lots of stuff is making you laugh today. Did you take something before you came?
No. That would have been nice, I guess. Maybe. I actually thought about it. So can we go buy stuff from a dispensary right now? Like, is it technically legal there? I don't know, because I didn't have a card beforehand, and it's just not something I've ever really done.
Oh my gosh, Hurricane Cat is such a crusher. Look at her.
Oh, sweet dance moves, too.
Oh, yeah, girl. Work it. I am a fan. I am a fan of Hurricane Cat. I'm also a fan of Casey. I'm loving this game, and I love the dynamic between Casey and Kat. I think those two are my VIPs tonight, Veronica's important players.
Oh, okay.
To a flop, 5-5 deuce. Jen checks, low checks, and PD's probably going to check back. 4 on the turn. Now, if you're Jen, you need a 3. Or you can try to bluff at this. You might think your ace high is good. Semi-bluff. I like this. I like this lead.
Yeah, good. I mean, at the moment, she does have the best hand.
A stack said guy was complaining about RV, BAF game. Yeah, people always complain about Veronica and Friends because we're always loud. Low calls Jack on the river. Low was turned to flush draw. I think like Jen can bet. like the whole. So Lowe's a pretty aggressive player. If you check to her, she's probably gonna lead here. It's a small bet. I would like a little bit more if you're gonna bet. But Jen says no, it's okay. We saw Jen call with ace high earlier. She's capable of doing it again.
Oh, Lowe takes it down. I like it.
Yeah, well, Lowe.
I actually expected Lowe to bet there if Jen checked.
Jen checked turn, so Lowe is leading river. I like it.
Yeah, Mac, it's not that hard to play. I don't know how often. You'd probably be able to get Veronica and Casey in a game. I don't know how often all three of us would be in the same game. I don't really feel like losing my money to Casey.
Muckster LOL says Jen seems to be the most skilled player at the table. I mean, this is like a really small sample size. It's hard to say one is more skilled than the other right now. I think if we watch them over like weeks, we could really hone in on the best player. I think they're all pretty good.
Yeah.
But I've like the dynamic between Jen and Casey tonight has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it.
The thing that's hard for me is I'm not familiar with every player. I know Casey is a solid player. So if somebody's asking me like, oh, who's the best one at the table? Well, that I know of, I would say Casey, but I'm not familiar enough with everybody's game to know there's definitely going to be.
Casey's the only cash game pro, I believe. Like, I'm not 100% sure if Jen is or isn't. But Carrie plays tournaments all the time and does fairly well. She cashed quite a few recently, so look at like Hurricane Cat. Look how cute she is. Look how cutesy she looks in that hoodie. Love it. And so Carrie puts in a raise here to 25. I like it with jacks on the button. It looks like she could be doing this with a weak ace or like a suited ace.
A lot of
you know?
potential hands here. When it goes limp, or was it like min raise call behind, or like straddle call behind?
Yeah. It was I believe it was a $6 straddle.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I will say that I think like in a cash game, if you're playing 1-3, a raise of $6 pre-flop is probably not going to be super profitable. So it's a straddle, I think.
So Eve flops top pair. Typically, I would say like ace-9 in early position. I'm not a fan of. Because if you flop,
I do like this board. If I mean, yes, it's results oriented in general, but actually everybody has a piece enough of this to continue. Jen with the flush and the gutter, and then Carrie doesn't hate her hand also because the heart. She has a jack of hearts, which is a reasonably good heart. On top of the fact that she is an overpair. I
actually don't mind this raise because like I always talk about squeezing value. You're gonna squeeze value probably out of a flush draw, out of like a worse pair, out of like an ace-9 type hand, which is exactly what she's up against. And I like it. I like this raise.
Board has a lot more potential hands that are going to continue than the last board when
it is
we did the raise.
Kind of a wet board.
Yeah.
It has some straight draws and so she got value out of this. Now the board pairs. If she's worried about a 7 potentially, I don't mind that check back. 5 on the river. So
yeah, I mean, if you say you're going to call any river bet, but from Jen, checking back on the turn, I think is solid to induce that river bet, because if you bet the turn, a lot of if she's on a flush draw, she's probably going to give up, or some people give up on the turn.
Yes.
Especially when it's heads up and it's not a three-way.
And if you think that there's like sets in their range, the board pairs on the turn, I think like the check back's okay too. I think like it's kind of pot control-ish because now Jen
you can call any bet.
You can call any bet on the river. Yeah, she hasn't overinflated the spot, so it's 230 and.
Carrie's really good at that. Like checking back the turn, keeping the river bet small so she can.
Now it's $100 to win 300.
I like it.
And
I mean, she hates it a little bit because she has been running pretty bad though too.
I don't like.
I hope. Well,
that's too bad.
She just folds face up. I think that has a lot to do with the way it's gone earlier. She called 2 different times, Jen specifically, 2 different times where Jen had a full house, right? So maybe that's just she kind of got bit early and maybe is a little bit.
I am Horcrusher says, what qualifies them as a cash game pro? Self-proclaimed? Well, yeah, like you play cash for a living.
Well, there's also no like professional organization, right? So if your sole income comes from cash games, which I believe, as far as I know, the only person that does that is Casey. I think that makes you a pro, but yeah. Maybe pro isn't like, well, pro would be the only real term for it, right? You're a professional poker player. That's your job.
Have you ever seen rain? CCR, baby. I thought you were going to keep playing the drums, and I was going to keep singing.
I want to get a drum set, but I'm dealing with like noise issues.
If you get a drum set, I will bring over some old English, and we will like chill and like break it down to like some old 70s music.
Okay.
And I'll sing.
Cool. This feels like I could drum this song.
Yeah, I
in
said
a fairly
old
short
English.
period of time.
I said old English. I'm not above that. I shop at Walmart.
Yeah, I think the only thing Carrie's done tonight is maybe be a little too hard on herself. But other than that, I think she's played well. I mean, the fold of the jack seems like it's like if you get stung really early, it's sometimes hard to continue to do that.
She's not used to being on the stream, and she's not used to all eyes on her, and she's frustrated because she ran into some bad setup hands that weren't really her fault, and I think she played them just fine. She can't get over herself.
It's all good.
Get over yourself, girl. You're fine. Jen and head duck check for Mama with a flush draw and an inside straight draw. Leads for 21.
Yeah, you love this flop on multiple levels, Jack. Seen the rain in the desert. Yeah.
Bipolar Psycho, yuck, Walmart. Hey man, I live in California. If there's no Walmart, I can't afford to live.
Yeah, and Jim, you're right. You can have a job. You can have a job and still be a pro poker player.
I agree. I think it's okay to like balance your income. It's not like, especially if you're playing PLO. It's so volatile.
Yeah.
Your variance is so high. I think it's okay to like grind a 9 to 5, especially if you grind a good 9 to 5. Like if you enjoy your 9 to 5. Like I enjoy my 9 to 5.
Right.
You enjoy your 9 to 5, right? Your poker news gig.
Yeah, it's not really 9 to 5. It's more like a noon to 2.
I'm not saying that it's a 9 to 5 exactly.
No, I get it.
But
You're like a normal job. 9 to 5 is a generic term for your normal job.
So Daniela continues with these big pocket pairs. She raises to 13 under the gun with kings. She's just not gonna get any action, unfortunately. And she hasn't like been running super well with her hands and stuff.
Yeah,
she's just with her hands and stuff, with like her big pairs.
And you know, the important part of running is using your hands, right? Like your arms, the arm motion.
Yeah.
It's super important.
I run a lot
for running. Yeah, Trav G, I do work for Poker News. I do the Poker News podcast right now and book some events with them.
Rec Done One says, "Hey Veronica, what do you enjoy in life?" OMG, that's
is that like Conan?
Big question. That's
to crush my enemies and see them driven before me, and hear the lamentations of their men, or something. No, that's like the Conan.
To grow a giant chip stack. Behold, the chip stack of doom. And then I like to read Sam Harris. Lo under the gun decides not to. She's so cute. Lo is adorable. I want to grow up to be just like Lo. Crush tournaments, enjoy my life, go on cruises half the year.
Nice. Sushi poker puppies. Sounds great.
Trav G. Oh, I love that. I want to get myself a puppy actually in the next couple of months. A Labradoodle. I think.
Oh right, yeah, we were talking about that on Friday. Labradoodle.
Because I have such bad allergies, so I need a hypoallergenic dog. Poker Mama raises to $12 in the hijack. Jen with kings says, "You've been doing this, so it looks like I'm doing this a little more light than I actually am. 3 bets to 45. Typically, the 3 bets have been around 35 for most people.
This might be a big enough 3-bet where Casey's gonna probably just get away from it. But
no, Casey's calling. Casey likes to play. She likes to see flops. So I like the call. I don't think it's a bad call.
No, it's not. I thought that maybe the 3-bet might be big enough where she thinks like, oh, you know what? Maybe I don't need to continue. But
Deuce 4-7 on the flop.
I would say it's a fairly standard cash game line is bet 3-bet call. There's not a lot of people fold to 3-bets in cash games.
Yeah, and then check fold flop.
Right. Yeah. True.
Ghost of M said, "Not the behold, no behold."
Behold!
Behold the chipstack of doom.
It's gotten increasingly more involved. Now she's standing up. She's staring at the camera. Yeah, we need Trav. Trav, they're saying they want you to come over to the YouTube chat.
I also like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for addressing the question.
Rec Done One says, thank you for addressing my question. I don't know how much I really addressed your question.
All right.
But I like a lot of Zach Harris podcasts.
Sarcastic.
I was a little sarcastic. Like, I'm not going to, like, reveal my true self to the world and cry and show you my insides.
Yeah, we don't need that.
My deepest fears. Poker Mama.
Oh, Jen, that was like such a fast call.
Continues the rampage. Race to 13.
Call, boom, like such a fast call.
And, like, Jen, Kat, and Casey, I'm loving all three of them. That end of the table is just like fun times. Someone just want to squeeze in there.
A house divided is a house of missed comments. Yeah, it's a fair enough. I mean, we have both of them up, and it's fun. Although I get how that.
Why don't you guys all put both chats up? Looks like Poker Mama's getting a lot of business in her store. Ace 5-5. No one has an ace and no one has a 5. How's that?
Evie's got an ace.
Eric Ridland says sarcasm is reasonable. Sarcasm is a must. I can't live without it. I have a few friends that don't get sarcasm at all. They're so literal.
Probably not very fun.
Yeah, like I just went through 1 million emails. 1 million? 1 million? How did you get through 1 million? I'm like, not literally.
Wow, 1 million? Are you the kind of person that has several thousand unopened emails in your email box, or zero?
My work one or my personal? My personal one has like thousands.
Okay.
My work one, I'm on top of it. I have to be. Battle of the Ages, February 7th through the 11th, your pre-Valentine's Day warm-up, and if you're lonely, you can come back and blow it all here. But under division, February 7th, over division, oh, it doesn't say the exact dates.
It's oh no, yeah, so there's gonna be two, I think it's Thursday, Friday, it's right here, hang on. Wednesday, Thursday, over 50.
So I'll do the over 50.
Yeah. Friday, Saturday. Friday's the under 49, 21 to 49. Saturday is the all ages. And then Sunday they come back and they finish the tournament for day 2, Sunday the 11th.
Man, Casey is an active shooter tonight. I love it. Like, she's just every hand. She's deciding to call. This is the first time I've seen her ever call in her entire life. What is going on, Casey? I don't know you anymore.
John Doe, head duck is a reference to something completely different. And
Duck. Her husband's last name is Duck, I believe. He's a poker player too. King, Queen, 5.
But she also sometimes, doesn't she put head duck in charge?
Like she's in charge of her household.
Right, yeah. No, I'm saying it's not a... I don't know who Brett is. Yes, I do play WoW. I have played WoW. And I do raid. Well, sometimes. Now I'm like over it. You can only do that.
He's a Care Bear mount collector. Did you see my tweet with all the dolls?
I did not.
You don't look at my Twitter, it's amazing.
I follow you.
Everybody that knows me knows that my Twitter is amazing. All my friends always talk about how amazing my Twitter is. My Twitter's huge. So this woman has this massive, ridiculous doll collection, and I was like, this is what happens when your husband doesn't touch you.
Oh, that sounds like a Veronica tweet.
Yeah.
For sure. I did not see that one. Sorry. Yeah. I do follow you, so I don't know why I didn't see that.
I don't look.
Show me the dolls where he didn't touch you.
Everywhere.
The entire doll.
The whole doll, all of them. Doesn't anywhere.
Oh no.
She's probably shaking, looking at her dolls and banging them against the wall. She's so miserable. Brent the Girl and Head Duck, both in this. Two on the turn. Now, Alicia picks up a little bit more equity. She's checking. Like, she's like, what am I doing in this hand? Daniela checks back. 10 on the river. Alicia gets there. 10 deuce. Runner, runner. And Doom says every once in a while he sees a random Veronica tweet that makes him laugh. Look at that straight up fold there. Wow.
There's a whole lot of
Rex Done One says I have a Veronica doll at my house. It's called a Veronica Brawl.
A Veronica Brawl?
Yeah. It's made of silicone.
It is a voodoo doll.
The eyelashes fall off easily.
There's a really interesting...
The hair is so bleached that it's like straw. And the only thing she says is swear words when you pull the string in the back.
Oh, that's a great doll.
But she's a great cook. A great cook. It's pretty much the only reason.
The Veronica doll?
So, the Veronica.
The Brawl makes really great meatballs.
It's the only reason men have ever liked the Veronica dolls, because the Veronica doll is a great cook.
That's the only reason?
Yeah. Like that attitude problem that doll has.
Yeah.
That bleached out hair.
Isn't that the worst?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're a little bit more.
Facelifts because she's actually 60.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, the doll.
Oh, the doll. Right. We're talking.
Jen raises to 12 under the gun +2. Daniela in the cutoff calls with a king queen. Plastica, I was talking about you today, girl. How are you? So Plastica is another person that I've renamed. She used to be Plastic CA. I call her Plastica. And she likes it. And she said, no, just call me Plastica. Queen Jack Deuce, long time no see, Plastica. Birthday girl, flops a pair.
Casey, they have like music on because Casey's just like jamming.
Jen's open-ended. I love that Casey's jamming right now. Jam it like it's hot, girl. Dark Defer Asa, has the bad beat ever been hit on the live stream? No, it has not.
Oh, it's good too. That'd be kind of fun.
Mr. Arlington Beach said, everyone knows the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. 100% true. You can be the sassiest doll in the world. If you cook that man lots of food, it sounds so old-fashioned, but it's true. Like, that doll is a good cook. She's a feminist doll, but she still cooks because she enjoys cooking, not because she has to.
I think I'm opposite of a lot of people because I think I prefer people who like not like bitchy. I don't think it's bitchy.
Wait, you've had my meatballs.
I have. I said they were good. I've said that. That's been said a few times on the streams. Really good.
Okay.
Really good. Really. Okay. They were great. They had like a lot of spice, which I really like. I'm a big fan of spice.
I have like Caribbean spices mixed with my mother's Polish recipe, but I grew up with a lot of Jamaicans and the Caribbean food, food, like a lot of those spices, like the allspice and the cinnamon, I put in my meatballs, and it makes it delicious. It's like a jerk seasoning in my meatballs.
It was good. It was very good. I enjoyed it. I think, the cooking thing is just like a bonus.
Trav G says Polish meatballs. They're Polish Jamaican fusion meatballs. They are my #1 hot item. Everyone that comes over for dinner says, are you making your meatballs? And I actually made them vegan. They look like piles of poop, but they tasted delicious. Vegan meatballs are part of
vegan meatballs.
I believe this is a bomb pot. And Alicia has aces.
Ooh, Jen has Casey flopped a straight.
John Doe says if she cooks badly but knows how to vacuum, come on. That's what a Roomba is for. I don't vacuum.
Roomba.
G says vegan meatballs are disrespectful to God.
They have some such a thing as bad meatballs, vegan meatballs. Look, man, vegans need to eat meatballs too.
Chris Moneymaker's son says, Veronica, Dad told me you have made 3 local crushers on live stream since day 1. not only a household name, but becoming a star in their own right.
Notice how
You're
I
a
put
God-given
star.
gift. You're a God-given gift to Stone's life. I am a God-given gift to Stone's life. Get out of my way. I have to be in the camera.
Somebody turn the lights up.
Yeah, well,
Quick.
the camera's not even on. Like.
Oh wow, we've disappeared. So we can do anything right now. Like, aha!
Ha!
You guys are missing it.
Aha!
And-
Coming to America. Aha! So everybody checks, and now Casey is betting her open-ended
Checks.
with a $60 bet
Sometime.
into a $90 pot. I like the bet.
Peace, man. See you later, man.
Alicia with aces is wondering what to do. Actually, Poker Mama is not open-ended. She has a straight. And this is a tough spot for aces because anybody can have anything.
It's a crappy spot for aces.
Scott Schlen asks if there's any wine tonight. I say no. I don't mind the call by Alicia. But
Well,
it's
no,
a
yeah, if you're gonna
super
fold
wet-
aces in this
Yeah.
situation often, yeah.
Super wet board.
And it's we've seen before too
Now the board pairs.
on previous bomb pots. A lot of people will open with top pair.
Plastica, you're right. Sorry, I missed that. She did make the straight on the flop. My bad.
It's true. Yeah, really great flop for Casey's hand with the two spades and obviously the straight.
You notice we're still not back?
Oh, I mean, whatever. I guess
no
it's
one
time to
cares.
get naked.
Ah,
We've done it.
our pants are off.
Well, my pants have been off this entire time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and look at this for Alicia. Makes the boat on the river.
Ooh. What a
You
brutal
gotta love
bomb
aces
pot. What is better
today.
than ace in a bomb pot? Flop.
Poor Casey. Casey's like, I think Casey's playing well, running bad.
Yeah. Oh,
Casey checks now. She's got 277 behind. The pot's 460. Alicia, I wonder. Oh, how do you check?
checking behind. That seems, maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't think Alicia realized how strong Casey's hand is. Maybe.
Bipolar Psycho says, welcome to Poker Stars. Live poker's rigged. Live poker's rigged.
Sick because I'm rooting for a full house. My
Ouch.
fault. Nah. I mean, you can root for whatever you want. I like, despite popular belief, we have no effect on how the cards come out.
And Doom says, flop the joint and lose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's poker. Like, sometimes when people complain to me, I'm like, do you know what game you're playing?
Yeah. I mean, Casey knows. She plays, it's not gonna, I don't think it'll affect her that much. It's a bummer. You don't like flopping a straight and losing a big pot when you get this incredible 8-8 run out, like running eights.
Max says, live poker's rigged.
Yeah. What I still find the check by Alicia kind of interesting. Casey only had 200 behind. And the pot was like 400.
460 or 480.
Yeah.
I would have liked to.
I mean,
I
you
would
could
have
have
liked
bet
to go
like
200. What does Alicia think? She's got an 8.
250. Yeah.
Casey's only got 200 behind, so like I think a $200 bet's fine. 180, just like needle them a little
Yeah.
bit. 180.
I mean, that could have been a case of one of the, like you're playing a cash game with friends, you're having some wine, and she's just like checks back. Like, I wouldn't necessarily encourage people to do that in a normal thing. but I don't think it-
DDOM678 says, how do you check there? Yeah, like, I think sometimes people can get a little friendly to their demise.
Right, there you go. Yeah. The friend thing kind of killed a bit of value because unless she really just had no clue how strong Casey's hand is, right? Maybe she's thinking Casey wouldn't call a bet on the river.
Yeah.
But Casey's hand was so strong that it'd be difficult for her to fold when she's got 200 behind, the pot's 400, and Alicia makes it like 150 or 200, right?
I think 180 is like a good needle size bet. Like needling or stack size.
Oh yeah,
I like
sure.
to throw a little needle in when I'm doing stuff.
Number one had been interesting. You're very kind, but well, first of all, I mean, I have no idea why she was doing what she was doing. I think you should bet there, but at the same time, it's not my place to say that something is terrible or not.
Rect11 says flop the joint and let her get there. No, I think that was great. Like, what are the odds that the 8s come out and that happens? I think like she's getting maximum value out of aces or kings. I think that it's fine.
And that idea of being friends was just a suggestion. I don't know that was what she was thinking, but it might have been a little bit of that, a little bit of maybe not knowing where Casey was at.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, it was a bomb pot.
Yeah, true. I mean, she could, I guess, technically have an ace. She could also have had maybe like... Well, yeah. I mean,
Trav G, there are some pros at the table and some regs, but a lot of them play here on a regular basis.
Oh, PD flops the straight. No biggie.
Just chilling, you know.
Just the nuts.
Everybody checks to her. Super wet board. Super wet. The pot was 55. I would have bet like 45. I would make it like 3/4 of the pot on such a wet board. You can get so much value out of like 2-pair hands, flush draws, you know, like a set. Although I don't think anybody has a set here because of the pre-flop action. Like, such a wet board. I would like, my poker coach would probably yell at me. I probably would make it even more than, like, just a little bit more than the pot or pot size bet. So you could get so much value out of worse hands.
Well, Casey's going to peel one.
Yeah. So she's got a pair and she's got an inside straight draw. Evie is just going to fold here. 5 on the turn, and it's a club. Poker Mama's got the nut club blocker. Not that that really makes a difference in Holdem very much. She checks. I think PD, a check back here is okay.
For sure.
Let your opponent, I don't know.
I agree. I like your.
Yeah,
I like your thinking there.
Yeah, I did.
Especially because Casey's acting first, so you might put her in a situation where she feels like she has to.
I think like checking the turn and then checking back the turn and then allowing Casey to like bluff. I mean, her hand basically turns into a bluff at that point. Bluff the river.
Right. Exactly.
And then she can call any bet.
True.
D-Dom says, thank you, Veronica, for talking about how to bet the flop with ace, king, queen board. I think you're being sarcastic.
Oh, check his terrible hands.
Till Manga Jo, come on the live stream.
That's it. What we need to do, what we should do, let's talk to Justin about this. We'll have a table filled with women, and we'll have one guy, and then I would guarantee that the one guy at the table would probably be like bottom 3 in terms of losing money more often than not.
So I was going to do that actually on Veronica and Friends, just have one guy. I've got like a few guys that are regulars in my Veronica and Friends, and I was going to put one guy among all the girls. I thought that would be fun too. I know Frank would love it. Number 1 Headband says the deck is not cooperating with Casey at all. I agree.
That's true, yeah. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that anybody could sit in this game.
Thick Gravy Enema, I don't think checking the turn is an option at all. I think, like, if... I think you could go either way. Like, if you think you've got hands that... Like, it's such a wet board, I think you could probably get value out of, like, the flush draw again. Or 2-pair hands, but I don't think it's like an absolute thing. I would have liked personally a check back there when Casey checks.
I would say like 90% of action when there's action on the flop in most of the poker I see is check turn, regardless of how strong someone's hand is. Like you have the absolute nuts.
So here goes check turn.
Yeah. I think checking behind is a newer idea. Maybe it's a newer idea, but. Not that.
If you're like crushing the board, I really like having my opponents have the opportunity to try to catch up, and if they hit like their second pair on the river, great. If they happen to beat me and the board pairs and I have a set, I mean, that's what it is. You have to play your odds. You have to play your equity. You can't always like try to strong arm the pot and push everyone out. That's not like optimal, I don't think. Eric Ridden said that a man can play only if he wears a dress. Yes.
I think.
Ice uses Grinder. What's up? Welcome to the chat. Both have paid and they check down the river. Wow. Chris Moneymaker's son, I think, like, really loves me. Not sure what's going on.
You think? Big fan. One of many fans.
Get in line, honey. PD races to 20. Hurricane Cat is coming along for this ride, and so is Casey, Poker Mama.
Lots of action.
Customers.
Lots of action.
Queen Deuce Deuce. Cat flops top pair. Poker Mama has a flush draw. This is gonna be fun. Number one headband says, I gotta agree with Aunt Doom that check was terrible. You don't pass on that bet because you don't think they'll call. I think you could argue for either way there. I can be converted. You can convince me. I think the only way that you would convince me is because that board is so wet. So that's where I'll agree with you. Like, typically wet board, I want to put money in if I think I'm winning anyway. If I think I'm winning. So I'll agree with that, but I think the check back was not bad either.
No, I don't. Oh wait, no, you're saying are you talking about Alicia?
Yeah, no. I'm talking about
a different hand.
That hand.
We're talking about PDs
where
with
she
the straight.
She flops Broadway.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Queen 10.
No, I think check back is probably the standard line most people take.
I think you could argue for either or.
Sure.
I'm not into like living in absolutes. Like I don't think there's an exact right answer.
Sure.
Although, if you ask someone better than me, they probably will have an absolute answer.
Well, the difference too is a lot of the poker I end up watching is tournaments, so like the strategy and the ideas are going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
For sure.
I totally agree. Yeah.
But I would say check, turn is like a fairly standard line after any flop action.
So Casey now with a flush.
So it looks like Cat checked and Casey bets 200 real quick. Like I like it.
I like it too.
I don't think she's gonna get called.
Cat's playing really well. I like that she called turn, and she just like reevaluated on the river.
Jack 10 double C. Yeah.
Negative free roll says, VB, how come you're not playing? We can all learn additional strategy from you. You don't learn any strategy from me. You'll lose all your monies. All your chips. 08, I'm crushing. Holdem, I am not. I actually have had like some of the better players in the room ask to buy some of my action in 08 in the bigger games. I'm like, what?
Oh,
Super sick compliment! What? But I don't sell because, why?
Because make your own money.
Make your own money, bitch! No, it's like this.
It had like two motions.
It's a $3 big line. D-Dom says, or lots of hands are going to call with a worse hand. Simple, with ace, king, queen, a flush draw board, lots of combos that are going to call. I agree. 100% agree. Always wet boards. Bigger, I'll do a bigger C-bet, and then it's fine to bet the turn there too. I might be getting convinced that probably it's optimal. But I don't hate the check back.
So let's keep in mind, she did bet.
She bet the turn.
Right.
I mean the flop. And she checked back the turn.
With the Jack 10?
Oh, no,
she bet and won the hand there.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody called.
I would have been okay with a check. Rick and Barca says, Veronica, you don't sell any action, LML. Are you talking about poker?
Whoa. Casey flops 2 pair with a.
I love it. She is playing so much. I think it's hard to put her on a range at this point. And she's going to get paid. I think she's going to get paid on this one. I think she's going to overall make money. I think she's going to put out this image of being this like wild, reckless player. I think one of her benefits is her ability to play post-flop. She's pretty aggressive post-flop. Wow, I can't believe Alicia folds.
Nice.
I can't believe
Well,
Alicia
okay,
folds.
what do you get raised? She bet and Casey raised.
241. So she bet like
45.
100 into $141. I think it's actually she could have maybe made the bet smaller because the board was not wet.
Well, Alicia opened.
Oh, she
Bet
got raised.
and Casey raised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think that might have been.
Hey, man. Oh, look who's in the booth. Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt is in the booth.
In the box.
Can we zoom in on that
The box
mullet?
booth. How do we? I don't think we have zooming capability.
I know. I want them to though. I want them. That's actually Ben. His name is Ben. Super like amazing, nice human being. And he used to be handsome, and then he got a mullet. Are you kidding me? What's up? Welcome to the Dom Perignon screening room. Hey, are you kidding me? Bought some Dom Perignon and gave it to all of us. I had a couple glasses of it.
Oh, I saw
to
that
congratulate
tweet,
his LA Poker Classic win.
Yeah, congrats. On that,
So it was really nice of him.
I'm gonna go down there and try to win one of them babies in the single draw tournament.
Nice. So the poker girl Carrie was the original raiser here with a queen jack. She flops kind of a runner to an inside straight draw. I'm trying to be like really optimistic. 4 on the turn. Uh, 7-8 on tilt, says VB, what stakes do you like to play? I play as big as they'll run the 8-16 in the room, which is typically...
You mean Omaha?
I mean Omaha in the room, which is an 8-16 typically. 5 on the river. Poker Mama's gonna scoop this with an ace high if she stays. Carrie needs to scoop a pot.
Yeah, Carrie.
I feel like she kind of got a bad start to the stream, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating having your bad run out, played on camera for everybody to see. But I'm over it. I play bad, and I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean, it's short memory probably is a good thing to have as a poker player.
Rec Don Juan, 8-16 with a full kill is a beautiful game.
Beautiful game.
Yeah, it's 08.
Bitcoin Louie. What up, homie?
Thick Gravy Anima says, if you're eating salad at the poker table, I just can't trust you. So are you talking about Peter?
Wow. Peter seems like a pretty trustworthy guy.
Casey continues the madness. Pocket fives, raises to 10. If you are on Twitter, I'm angry_Polak on Twitter, and I'm getting tweeted right now.
You're getting
and I'm
tweeted?
getting snapped.
And snapped? I want to be tweeted. Let me see where I'm
No
being
one's tweeting you.
Oh, I have 2 notifications.
So Alicia calls with an ace-queen and a cutoff. I would have liked a little raise, but the 3-bet already came from Daniela, the birthday girl, in the small blind. It looks suspicious in the small blind. Okay, so typically in the small blind, you're going to 3-bet with like a much more narrow range. But it also kind of like, Casey's been playing a lot of hands, so it kind of looks to me like, hey, I'm going to put her in her place. Casey doesn't want to back down. Casey wants to see a lot of flops. She wants to flop a set. I think she's going to call this.
Yeah, I think you call here assuming that Alicia is more likely to call if you're calling, so you're kind of you're giving yourself better odds.
Number one headband says kings are sighted, and we all know how kings fare on the stream.
Rick and Barstow lap time. I tried to snap you. You slapped me.
Thick Gravy Edma says, I'm talking about all casino salad eaters. They do things like fold an overpair to a c-bet. Yeah. Yeah, they do. And Alicia's going to come in for this ride.
Or is it at least
a three-way on a Monday night? There's nothing better. Let's go. Deuce 6-7. Nothing for nobody. Daniela's still ahead. I think it's a standard c-bet here. I wouldn't make it too big because of the board.
100 into 138.
That board, though, in her benefit, that board connects better with her opponent's range than it does hers. I would have liked, I don't know, like a $50, $40 c-bet.
That's more likely to get called. It is like a weird board. Not a lot of, like Casey was the initial raiser, so maybe she could have some kind of like 7-8 type hands in there. Yeah, she bet 100 into 130, but Kings actually won a hand.
Kings won a hand.
Uh-oh.
Kings won a hand. Amazing.
Queen, king, flop, please.
Eric Ridden says, does salad run good offset the king reputation on the stream? That is a good question. We haven't measured that.
Yeah, we'll have to test that.
So Alicia in the hijack with a queen 9 suited. That hand looks so beautiful. She calls. It's a $6 straddle. Daniela decides to call on the button with a jack 8. I would prefer a raise on the button with a jack 8 there, but it's fine. You do you, girl. 7-5-4. PD flops a 4 and a inside straight draw, and Hurricane Cat flops a 5. She needs a 6 also.
Trev G, I play, I mean, if I play Holdem, I'll play like 1-3, I guess. I don't really play Holdem very much. I'll play Holdem tournaments, but if I'm playing cash, I like to try to play Omaha. Chicken wings in my casino are like set up because
I swear, if you eat chicken wings while you're playing Holdem or poker, I like hate you. First of all, your hands are filthy from the chips. You have gonorrhea scabulades on your hands.
What if he's using a fork?
Your food. If you're using a fork with wings, what the hell are you doing? No one eats wings with a fork unless they're boneless. So go wash your hands and sit aside for 10 minutes while you scarf down your tiny mounds of meat on fat and like enjoy it. But if you're like touching your food and then eating, unless you're trying to build your immune system, like unless you feel that herpes in your mouth is building your immune system, or that feces that's in your mouth from the food because you touched it from the chips. Okay, I'm done.
Rant over.
What about chopsticks? Good. Use chopsticks. Don't touch it with your hands. I want to barf when I see people touching their food after they've been playing with their chips.
Never gotten a staph infection while playing. 17 until I don't know what question you're asking. Are you asking why I don't play cash Holdem? I don't really like it.
No one likes Holdem.
Yeah.
Because mixed games are everything.
To be honest, like I wish there were more options than just Omaha here, but I'm glad that there is Omaha here.
So Run It Up Reno, actually, I was going to talk to you about this, has a 08 and Stud 8 mixed game on a Friday night. I'm going to go down and play.
Oh, for sure?
Yeah,
nice.
Let's go meet up.
I'll be there already.
Maybe we'll end up at a table again together.
Right, maybe, and it'll be great.
Because people are like, oh my god, the two most famous people are here now, and they're on the same table. When you and I did that PLOA. That PLOA tournament was nice, right?
Yeah, it was mid.
You got 4th?
Third.
Third. I got 11th.
I got third, and I think I missed out on about. I forget exactly. We were talking about making a deal like 3 or 4-handed. I might have been able to make a little bit extra money than what I got.
Rick Barso says she's obviously never watched Armenian Mike crush a plate of wings. Number one headband, Veronica's heated about the chicken wings. I am.
I think Veronica's heated about germs and, like...
I get my flu shot. Go get your flu shot.
I don't trust the guy who eats chicken wings with a fork. There you go. I mean...
Yeah, like no one does. Get boneless wings and use a fork. And Buffalo Wild Wings is not dinner.
Buffalo Wild Wings sucks.
Like
I will only go to Buffalo Wild Wings if I absolutely have to.
Game.
I do not like Buffalo Wild Wings. It's like, hey, we make like all these wings terribly.
They actually
enjoy this sauce.
They have Jamaican jerk wings.
Oh, they're not bad. The jerk, yeah.
Yeah, those are not bad. And they make them kind of spicy, so I like it. It's really hard in the States to find good Caribbean food. I don't know why. It's not in Canada. They're everywhere. Restaurants are everywhere. Here, can't find any. So...
Place the auction house.
Poker Mama checks, Evie checks. Evie's been pretty passive tonight, but she hasn't had a lot of great hands. Birthday girl, Daniela, decides to bet 35. I think it's an okay bet. Been checked too. You do, a king will make you the nuts. Broadway.
And RN talking about germs. Yeah, exactly.
Beach Fraser says Veronica ranting's kind of cute. Wow. A man who loves me. Get in line! No, just kidding.
So far the line tonight is at least 3 people deep, so...
Oh, man. You should have seen me when I was 25.
That is a question for Justin, who's not here, and I need to mention anything about it. Yeah, so I got...
Mango habanero at B-Dubs is legit. I don't know where that is.
He's talking about the sauce. So the mango habanero wing sauce at Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah. I'll never understand why people call it BW3s. Where's the third W?
I don't know.
Buffalo Wild Wings. 2 W's. Why do they call it BW3?
Because maybe they don't want to be associated with World War II. Sensumas, call me number 4. All right, number 4. Change your name. There's a guy who changed his name on Twitch to Veronica's BFF.
Haven't seen him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since, but I felt so bad because he's got to keep it for 6 months that I allowed him to be my Snapchat friend.
Oh, you allowed him. Don't you just let everybody be your Snapchat
just
friend?
Just kidding, I let everybody. PD raises to 15 in the cutoff of Queen 10. Poker Mama in the big blind, Ace 10. You can go either way here. In the cutoff, she's probably, a little bit more wide. I think you're probably crushing her range. It's okay to just call. 964.
It sucks, Justin. Buffalo Wild Wings sucks. Other than that, it's fine. I would say, I just don't really like wings, so a place that's mostly about wings is
It's like, why don't we have a chicken foot restaurant? Like, just chicken feet. It's so weird to have a wings restaurant. Like, those poor chickens. They all died in vain.
Oh, the Mayor Pete
factory
brings
farming.
Those really in-depth Buffalo Wild Wings knowledge. Apparently, it used to be called Buffalo Wild Wings and WEC, hence BW3. Okay, there you go. I guess that makes sense.
Are you talking about Don Duo? Oh, no, that's the Mayor Pete. What's up, Mayor Pete? Nice to see you in the chat. The Mayor Pete sent me the information about Run It Up Reno 08 Stud 8 game.
Yeah.
I haven't played Stud or Stud 8 in forever. Probably like 10 years.
Stud 8 is a great game.
I'll probably play online a little bit just to warm myself up with some fun chips just until I go.
I had one of the first times I played, I think one of the first times I ever really played a poker tournament live was an 08 tournament at the LAPC. And I made the second day, but I busted 14.
Was that in 1988?
No, it was 2000,
Messing
2007. And then I was there already, and it's like takes 45 minutes to get to Commerce from where I was living. So I just decided to play a Stud 8 tournament, having never played Stud 8 before. And I got 6th in that tournament.
That's cool.
It's pretty great. And then I fell in love with Stud 8.
Yeah, I really liked Stud when I used to play it.
That's the only WSOP
played it
event I've ever
online,
played, is Stud High Low. One time I played the 1500 Stud 8 at the series.
So Carrie raises to 21 and scoops the pot, and she's doing the cabbage patch. Go Carrie! Go Carrie! Go Carrie! Cabbage patch that. Oh, taking a bow to the 4-8 game. The 4-8 game is right where she's bowing to. They're all giving her a clap. I think it's so cute. I love this poker room.
Yeah, this is a great place. If you guys have never been to Stones,
90% of the people in here
come
are
to
like
Stones.
super fun. 10% are jerks.
I've been to a lot of poker rooms. This is a great poker room.
It is a great poker room.
And if you have if you have a chance, you got to come here. Like if you're in San Francisco and you want to take a little road trip, or I mean, if you happen to end up in Sacramento, but I'm just saying, go out of your way to come here. That's what I would do. That's my suggestion.
Oh, and Carrie tips the dealer the mullet, so she's like, go get a better haircut.
See you later, Rick and Barstow. Any word if Michael Oncar was able to withdraw any of that money online yet? I have no idea. I do know that a lot of I don't know about ECR, but I know like Ignition and
Jack 10-6.
Bovada, they do like Bitcoin.
So Jen
transfers.
flops top pair with a flush draw. I mean, you can't get much better than that.
Top pair with a flush draw, yeah.
Everybody checks to Casey and she bets her deuces. Gets a quick call out of Jen.
On my way to Stones right now. Nice.
Thick Gravy Anima says Stones is the moon gourd of Cali poker rooms. Yeah, whatever that means.
It's like
10 on the turn pairs the board. Jen checks. Alicia checks.
Yeah, the only reason I mentioned San Francisco is I don't know how often people end up in Sacramento just randomly, but San Francisco, you know, whatever. Just come to Stones.
Jen Benson takes it down.
Put it on your bucket list. Your poker bucket list.
7-8 on tilt. The mullet is killing me. Is that real? Yes. His hair actually used to be really nice and long, and he looked very handsome. And then for fun, he decided to cut the mullet. And he's been rocking it ever since. And I thought he was just going to cut it all off because he said he was going to shave his head or something. But he's just been rocking this because he's like, it's like his spirit animal. The mullet is his spirit animal.
The mullet is his spirit animal. I like it.
See who's in the room. There's like,
we're winding, yeah, we've been going pretty strong for 2.5 hours here. What's cool is like everybody, including Carrie, who's had to fade some pretty unfortunate runouts, is still here. This is the original lineup that we started with, and they're all still playing, so that's great. Mullets are a thing in Sacktown. You know, mullets are a thing just randomly throughout the world, I think. Yeah, anyway, so Jen is the current big winner so far. Hurricane Cat with 821. Casey rebought it a couple times back up to 800. Yeah, it's been pretty eventful. Still some time left. So what drugs did he get on to get the mullet? Who knows?
Chris Hinchcliffe's trying to send a bottle of wine to the table for Poker Mama and one to the booth for Angry Pollock and Brent. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I wish I could have the bottle of wine.
Oh, yeah, dude. I love Cloudhead. Mostly LCS, but I've been watching some other stuff they do.
Ghost of M says, Veronica, I'm considering hitchhiking to Stones and recording it for a vlog, as long as my equipment doesn't get stolen by trained track hobos or wandering drifters. Good idea?
That'd be awesome.
Yes. 100% great idea.
Gravy Anima, what are you joking? Yeah, actually, that is my favorite expansion because I got it for free. So there you go. Bam.
king, 4-5 on the flop. It was $12 pre. I can't remember who was the original pre-flop raiser. I was
It would
in
have been
chat.
Carrie, I believe.
Carrie, okay. So Daniela flops a 5. Everyone's got an ace rag. Evie's got a 4.
And the ace of hearts. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. So she bets 13. I like Daniela's call. Carrie now. Yeah, you gotta fold there. Deuce
Ooh,
on the
perfect
turn.
card, too.
It's a deuce of hearts. Now Evie's got the nut flush draw plus a pair.
And they both will make a straight with a 3. He takes it down.
Daniela wants to find a better spot.
Yeah, I mean, you're really not a huge fan of calling the what's middle pair, I guess,
Yeah.
technically, or second pair on a 3-heart board with a lot of straight potential. TSM, get out of here, get out of here.
John Doe said, tell the hitchhiker there's this thing called Uber, so hitchhiking's so 2017 stuff.
Yeah, but without hitchhiking, you wouldn't have great horror movies.
Yeah, I mean, like, why not live stream a great horror movie?
Why not? I saw this thing today, a movie that was shot entirely on the iPhone.
That's cool, man. I love it. Like, we've brought the world to people. And anybody can be a movie producer. Anyone can be a music producer. Anyone can, like, trade stocks all day on their phone. It's amazing.
Agreed.
Empowering the people. Cryptocurrency is empowering people and reducing, like, foreign corruption in their
Is it
currency,
doing that already?
in their currency.
Or does
It
it
is
just
in
have the
third world
potential to do it?
countries.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
For sure.
That's, I think, like Venezuela is doing some Bitcoin stuff. I heard.
Yeah. I mean, like, and it's
Because
not just
Venezuela's
Bitcoin.
currency is destroyed.
There's smaller coins that are third world company will like embrace like one particular coin, and it reduces like so much corruption. It's amazing. Checked around 8 on the turn. Poker Pro Eric says I still pick up hitchhikers and ask them how much cash they have. Yeah, because you're a special person.
Won the 100.
Gravy Emma says I'm
LCS.
glad the internet gave me crypto because it's made my journalism degree worthless.
You have a journalism degree? That's cool.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, journalism degree is fine. Lowe's all in with a jack.
The best jack.
Yeah, the best jack. And Poker Mama, Casey.
Crypto is dead. I don't know. I feel like it's just the beginning, really.
Why do we have graphics in front of Casey? Number 1, she's beautiful. Number 2, we can't watch her make these decisions. Don Duo 111, I think you're wrong. Crypto is not dead. It's just beginning.
Yeah. It may. I mean, I don't think it'll ever die, but it may. You know, theoretically, I guess it could die at some point, but
I don't think Bitcoin's
not
dying.
anytime soon.
I don't think Bitcoin's dying.
Yeah, I don't. I also do not think so. It will exist in some sense forever. Because Casey isn't sitting in seat 3 properly, she's in seat 2.5. Oh, hey-oh. Throwing shade at Casey's seat choice.
Hey, Stone Slide Poker, let's cater to our customers. Okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Just bringing us up. You know what?
Let's have a special Casey camera, please.
Casey cam.
Yeah, we need a Casey cam. If she's in this many pots and she's this active, why not put a Casey cam on her?
Oh, he'll fix it. He says he's going to stop the game and move the game.
Thank you. No, I'm serious. I can't stand it. The graphics are always over her face. I want to watch her decision making in progress.
Eric supports this decision.
I don't want to hear what Eric supports. I'm not a supporter of Eric.
Ooh.
No, I'm not even joking.
No, I was just...
It's a bomb pot, ladies and gentlemen.
Technically, the table is in seat 3. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, if she was, like, over a little bit. Fair enough.
It doesn't matter. Adjust. I'm so bossy today.
Ghost Run says, can you please tell birthday girl that the chat said happy 25th birthday? Thanks.
Number one headband says production. Casey is never to be covered by the graphics. Make adjustments.
If I own a Fiat that you don't have.
So when you read the comments, read it out loud so we can all hear.
No, I couldn't read it. If you own OMLT Fiat, then you don't have to worry about losing 25% of your net worth overnight.
Unless you play poker. Because you can lose your net worth doing that. I need to go and get my screen fixed.
Oh, yeah?
I still haven't gone.
Where are you going to go? 360 degrees. There are a few places that have messed with that idea. The problem with a 360 degree camera is it would have to like sit on the table, and that would maybe be a little strange. But it's not an impossible idea. So we have any action here. Evie bets 100 with top pair. That's what I was talking about last time. It's like we've seen people bet big or bet with top pair on these bomb pots with just top pair. Not that it's right or wrong, but it's going to take down the pot with that. What's happening?
We're Snapchatting. We're
Are you snapping?
Live. We're streaming live.
Here's where the magic happens. WPT did dome cam for years. How many players are sitting with 20% of their net worth? I don't know. Oh, hey, what's up?
Not much. Just stream's over now.
Did you guys,
Oh, yeah, you guys are done. Yeah.
did you guys get the wine from the stack? You didn't get wine sent to the table? No. You had 2 bottles of wine. I saw people drinking wine.
I didn't think it was sent to the table. I didn't know somebody sent it to the table. I didn't drink any wine. I thought somebody ordered it. Who
No. Master C sent over 2 bottles of wine.
Oh, I had no idea.
Master C.
Master C.
The guy from the chat that you didn't remember last night either. 360 cameras right now suck. The resolution is terrible. The only people right next to the camera would be Chris. I mean, look, like these things are all potential, possibilities. The setup here is really nice.
Game Over Meg says we need heart rate monitors on the players. I remember
That would actually be kind of fun.
one of the poker shows did that, like one of the British poker shows. I think it's corny.
Yeah, but whatever. It would be funny. But it's like wanting something and then actually being able to set it up and have it work realistically all the time is those things take time and money. We'll actually employ someone to walk around with a manual blood pressure machine and continually take the blood pressure of the players in the hand. So
I know blood pressure is actually the best way to do it. Birthday girl raises and gets a bunch of callers.
bunch of
10
callers.
high flop. Nothing really for anybody.
Maybe we just pull up a couple treadmills to the table and they could just hold their hands on the heart rate part of the treadmills.
I mean, that
Or
would
clip
keep a
them
lot
in.
of our players in shape.
Oh, there you go. No chairs anymore. We're doing the treadmill game. Everybody has to do treadmill. There's a dealer where GoPro POV style. Oh, that'd be funny.
That would be kind of boring though. But it would be good, like
It
to
would be cool
go
once.
into the dealer cam for like a few seconds.
That's it. And then you're just like, dealer, you have to turn more at seat 3. It would probably be a logistical
Game Over Meg
Not
says,
nightmare,
I
but-
want hormone serum levels before and after every major pot. Data-driven poker is good poker. That's not, I mean, like, what kind of data-driven is that? Then you'd actually, anyway, don't get me started on that.
Here's a graph of hormone serum levels of the
and then,
players
you
throughout the
ask your
evening.
opponent to get their hormone serum levels before you're about to call so that you can make a better decision.
What's your guys' blood pressure? I have no idea. It pumps. I know that much. How well for how long? No idea. I don't like how poker players hide tells. I want nude poker. I'm sure that show is going to show up on AMC or something at some point.
So, look, I'm just going to keep it real. Most of you poker players are not in shape. No one wants to see you naked. with the lights on at least. Except for maybe your wife that's had to put up with you for 30 years, okay? We don't want naked
put up
poker.
with you for 30 years.
We don't want naked poker. I'm just saying.
No, that's
I'm
definitely
cute.
going to be a
I
show.
don't even look great naked. And I'm cute.
That's definitely going to be a show on the History Channel at some point. Naked poker.
Naked dating is like...
Or player wear
I didn't
GoPro
like it.
the cops.
Mac, my BP is 123 over 81. I had it done today. Poker girl Carrie raises to 16 under the gun with queens. Oh, and then Evie also has queens. This is going to be really interesting. Really interesting. I love watching this when two hands play out, two identical hands. John Doe says it's just skin, Veronica. Yeah, well, some of your skin isn't as pretty as others.
Eric, I honestly don't remember. I think I probably am closer to the same.
D-Dub will call it Naked and Afraid, yes.
That show exists already.
Yeah, well, I don't want it at the poker table.
You can't steal
It's
it.
like going into the wilderness. And you know how cold it is in here? Janet
that's true.
Jones keeps it so cold
Every
in here.
poker room is,
we would be cutting
way.
glass with all of our boobs. Are you insane? So Evie 3 bets to 50. Hurricane Cat, and like...
Well, yeah, and Carrie's going to get it all in.
Carrie's just going to get it all in. Yeah, she doesn't have a huge stack.
If you didn't gun with the same hand, it's just skin, bro.
Game Over Mang says hijack should beat under the gun with the same hand, unless like they shove. Unless there's a shove.
Queens is just such a good hand that it really, the action to a certain extent isn't really going to matter. Like maybe post flop, if Carrie had more chips, it would be a... You
know what I really like is like they're taking their time. I think she's overthinking everything right now because she's on the stream and she's nervous about it. But I like that they're taking their time a lot more than the guys that typically play on the stream. Toga Poker Night. No. 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 They'd all be wearing their Star Wars sheets.
No, I think Mr. Smiley said something about the automatic shufflers. The RFID cards don't fit in the shuffler, as far as I know. So after the stream, they switch back to the non-RFID cards, and then they start using the shuffler.
Sea Chickens 32, stop. I'm not repeating that. There you go, Carrie. And that's Scotty in the box.
Carrie's just happy that she's like, okay, cool.
They're so cute. They're adorable. I don't know why. I don't even know why they're like making such a big deal out of this.
All right, there we go.
Poker Bar says Carrie has been watching Hollywood play too much. Yeah. I won't cheers a chop. I won't cheers a chop. I guess they're having fun.
When two players have the same hand 98% of the time, someone says, "You play that crap?" Yeah, those are those like standard like dad poker jokes, you know, that cheesy kind of humor that everybody tends to have.
What's the difference between a pizza and a professional poker player? Chris Moneymaker
I've never heard that joke.
Only Hollywood is the Stones Live Tank King. Like Tank folding jacks to an open when he's on the button. Sorry, I'm yelling.
Button! That B really popped.
I feel like some people don't know how loud I am.
Do they not know how loud you are?
I mean, there's some people that I haven't seen before. Maybe they've seen me.
They're realizing it now. They didn't know ahead of time.
It's happening. Yes. Jen raises to 12 with an ace king under the gun +1. Cat's folding. Game over, man. Me too. Me too. Hollywood says that I've made him famous. I think he's made himself famous. Carrie calls in the big blind, defending. I don't think it's a bad defend. 3-8 jack. The only thing is Jen's like not very active.
Sure, Jen is. Oh, there you go. 10. Little 10 ball.
I like that. Okay, so Jen checked back, and then now Carrie leads turn. I like that.
Limb buck, just need to dodge queen. She does. Is she gonna bet again? Yes. And probably won't get called. Does not get called. Very fun, but losing night. Well, I'm glad you had fun. That's Carrie, right? Care LMFT? Yeah, I'm super glad you had fun because I know like the beginning wasn't very kind. I don't think you did anything wrong, so it was just unfortunate. If you're able to still have fun, that's an important characteristic of a poker player, I think. You can still manage to have a good time. Because poker should be fun as often as it can be, I think.
They're bringing up a new 2-5.
Bring a gun too. I don't think I want to go to Stoney's if you're suggesting that I bring a gun. So I've only been out
Mr.
like
Smiley, you're still in the chat. Oh, you haven't said much.
I've only been out like a handful of times in Sacramento, and at least once someone tried to fight somebody that I was with, and he's like, "Oh, come outside," and I was like, "Do we look stupid? Like,
are we 12?
Like, I was like, no, you go outside and leave."
Head duck raises to 16, under the gun +1. Evie calls with pocket 10s. Hurricane Cat calls. And Jen says, okay, it's enough money in this pot for me to defend my big blind. Oh no, she used a straddle, pardon me.
I like that.
8-7-6.
Game over. Says the same thing. We came to this realization on Friday. The early days of, or the early hours of Veronica.
Game over, man. Says Brent and Veronica gotta stay dubbed the combo in the beginning, but you guys are developing some solid synergy. Good shit. Thanks. Yeah, I kind of like Brent in the booth.
It's because I'm malleable.
That's it, just in the booth.
Yeah.
Outside of the booth, I'm like, stay away, stalker!
Yeah, it's rough. Get in line. I get a lot of that. Oh, hey, Veronica, how you doing? Shut up. Get in line.
You can't eat my meatballs.
You shut your mouth. Put that meatball down!
Outside of the booth, I'm such a biatch.
only outside. You can always split screen The Bachelor and Stones Live. I think it's a good combo.
Okay, I don't like reality TV. I don't I really don't like anything. But I do like Big Brother, and it's starting on Wednesday, I think.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh well, if you come to Run It Up, you can meet Kevin Martin, who won Big Brother Canada.
I have met Kevin.
I've
been for dinner with Kevin.
Never
We're
mind,
Snapchat friends. He snaps.
What about Survivor? Are you not a Survivor person?
Not naked.
A lot of Survivor winners go to Run It Up too.
No.
Tyson, I've never watched the.
Evie's got Ace King raises to 16.
Stay away. Ace King versus Kings. Looks like it's not too late for some sweet.
Game over, Manx says, Brent, shut your whore mouth and talk to me when it's scheduled.
Heard that before.
Yeah. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Love Big Brother.
So low 3 bets to 50. And action is back on Evie. Evie's got an Ace King like. I don't want to be exploited and like just open fold Ace King anytime I'm 3-bet. But low also isn't like super active. So for me it's like kings or aces here. Maybe she does this with queens, but
I think she could do it with Ace King. You think that low is just gonna flat behind with Ace King?
Oh, what a flop for Evie. Now Evie, I hope you check and let low
I think she
continue.
No, she did check.
Good check.
Low only has so many chips, but she's betting 40.
She goes all in. Evie says yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, check this craziness out.
That's just unfortunate. Hey, what's up, Jimmy Bluffett? What's up? That's just a high for me.
6 on the
A
turn.
little too excited about that.
Not even a king will do it.
Nah. She makes a straight, but not high enough. That's a kings almost never win. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty standard.
This is not a big deal for Lo. Lo's a crusher. Lo's a tournament crusher. She comes into every tournament final table with like massive chip lead. I love Lo.
Odds on Veronica wearing black pants right now. I had to check. I was like, oh.
No, they're blue. Jeans.
Blue jeans. Oh my gosh. I'm also wearing blue jeans.
I love blue jeans.
Well, I only wear gold jeans. All of the time, threads of gold.
All my friends know that all of my jeans are made of threads of the finest gold from Dubai.
People line up to make my jeans. They just love my legs and all of my bottom.
The whole state of Alabama and Nevada know that my jeans are the most golden, and they voted for me based on how goldenish my golden is.
Goldenish. I like it.
89 games. What is up? Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you.
89 games.
Sea Chicken 32 LOL standing up. Yeah, I know. It's cute. Like, you know, maybe she doesn't play that often. Maybe, like, it's a big deal for her. So it's fun. I think, like, poker's made for everyone. It's good that she's standing up. I hope she's enjoying herself. Mac 23, lots of O's, 8s. Veronica will give me a hug if we meet someday. Kind of like.
I feel like you have a better chance of getting a hug if you don't ask for a hug.
Yeah, it's gotta come now. It's gotta be organic. I don't think so.
Someday. Maybe if you meet several times. Maybe.
Game Over Mang says, I only wear them once. It's because I'm so, like, classy and definitely not, like, incontinent. Fake news. High five! High five! I like it.
Bye, guys. I had so much fun.
Oh, see you. I'm glad you had a good time. Hey, everybody stopping by and saying bye.
You're gonna come back? Good. All right. See you later.
I'm gonna come back. We had fun.
Oh,
All right.
see you.
Have a great night. Phil, you're welcome. Have a great night.
Evie and Carrie stopped by to say bye. We're on a delay, so they're heading home, but everybody's having a great time. That's really good. I like hearing that.
Yeah, I mean we should be bringing new players into this game. We should have people enjoy themselves when they're playing. Poker is a fun game. You shouldn't be like picked on or made fun of or like nothing. You should just be enjoying yourself. It's a social game.
I like it. Yes, that is Mrs. Duck, Head Duck in Seat 5.
Yes, it is the head duck. Doc Holiday says, hey Veronica, in Reno, and I was wondering how to get on the stream. It would be hella fun to play at Stones. Are you sure you're not from Sacramento saying hella? Contact JFK Stones. So
we got it in the stream. The Nightbot has the number and the email.
Make sure you text JFK Stones at 3 a.m. about 20 times every night for the rest of your life.
That's become a running joke on the stream.
No, but
what should you text him? Because Justin Kelly was telling him to send him dick pics.
Dick pics. Send JFK Stones dick pics.
I'm fairly certain that you will decrease your chances of being on the game if you send
No,
JFK
I think it'll increase your chances.
Baby, he does have a sense of humor.
The mythical man legend. What's up? Nice to see you. Trav G. Brill is so fine, dude. Thanks.
Aw. Get in line. I expected that. No.
Shut up! Don't talk to me, peasant. Pedestrians. They're everywhere.
Yeah, Doc Holiday. Especially if you're in Reno, you could totally come to Stones. Super easy. Soup's easy.
Soup's easy. I like it. Totes lulls.
Oh.
Poker Mama, $3 to call. She's raising it up to 15, looks like.
What's with the
16.
Vegas phone? Justin, everybody who's in poker is from Vegas, obviously.
Justin, yeah, used to be, I think, worked in a Vegas casino. So.
Oh, yeah, Mythical Man Legend. I thought that was you, Mr. Smiley. They're both pretty good names.
John Doe says it's not a social game when my mortgage is due. Stuff gets real unsociable. Don't play with your mortgage money. Mac 23000008. Text JFK Stones, Veronica, and Brent deserves a raise. How much are you making nowadays? Do you really need a raise?
Oh wow. I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna argue against me getting a raise.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Carrie's hands down my favorite. Gabe Wasson. Awesome, dude. Yeah, she's great. I'm off here back to YouTube, alright? I like that people bounce around now. This is fun. It's like a guessing game. Oh, I didn't think he would use his personal phone. Yeah, I mean, maybe he's got like a separate phone that nobody knows. But I don't think so. Pretty sure his phone is pretty much packed all the time. And if Veronica and Justin Kelly keep it up, his phone's going to be packed with dick pics all the time. Because they keep telling you guys to send them to him.
I didn't say nothing. He cannot verify.
So, we're winding down here. We got 5 minutes left. Just a quick thing. Is it Veronica and Friends on Wednesday? Is that happening Wednesday?
You're kidding, right?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
What's the date today? It's the third Wednesday of every month. We're not till February. My bae, Jonathan Little, is coming in February.
Oh, did we already pass the third Wednesday of January?
Yeah, dude. Didn't you do commentary?
No. Oh, was that last Wednesday? I don't know. I did not. I'm sorry. All right. Well, we still have a game coming up Wednesday. It's not Veronica and Friends.
We had an 8-16 with a full kill, and it was delicious.
Had fun sexy dancing with you, Casey. You're very much better at it than me. I don't know. I think both sexy dances are pretty good.
I think
Carrie uses her arms a lot more than Casey.
I see like a lot of men honed in on that table and are now playing with all the ladies.
I mean, wouldn't you want to? I mean, I would want to get in that game.
Men don't like sausage parties.
Little known fact.
Everybody checks the flop. Jen bets 18. Jen has a backdoor flush draw. But I guess like everyone checked to her, so king on the turn, pairs the board. Poker Mama still with a queen. Now less of a chance that Jen has a king. So I think Poker Mama might either check call anything, or has she led yet? Oh, she checks. So I think like a little bit of pot control here from Poker Mama. Jen checks behind, and Jack on the river. I think leading is okay here. Does a king bet turn? Like, does Jen bet turn?
No, I think it's a fine. Yeah. You could get called by a jack, probably.
Yeah.
Or you might even be able to get called by like a 10 or it's like, I don't think a worse queen or a better queen is gonna be out there very often.
Seattle Moe's, is this live? Am I gonna fall for this? Are you trolling?
Is this live? This is a live. Poker live.
Poker is life, man. It's live and it's life.
We've got a couple more hands left.
Poker's like everything. It's like the wave that we surf our lifeboard on, man.
If you guys aren't already following, to get more really in-depth thoughts about life and genes from Veronica,
sometimes when a cloud looks like a squirrel, it just like really makes me crazy inside, makes me feel good. I have an inner Will Ferrell that's like crazy sometimes.
Well, yeah,
Stop clapping when I'm talking.
I'll show you the whoa! I'll show you the sketch when we're done.
Poker Mama raises a 12.
Yeah, so it's been pretty fun. I've really enjoyed this. I know we still have a couple more hands left, but I just want to make sure you guys in the chat know that, and that you in the chair know that it's a good time, fun times.
Yes, agreed. Poker Mama gets a couple of callers. I love so hand of the night was in the beginning, obviously.
For sure. Yeah.
I love the dynamic between like Jen and Casey and Kat. Really cool. It seems like the whole table's been pretty friendly all night. Alicia's my bae, so my forever bae.
Oh, hey, what up?
Hey, Kat.
There's your faves. Great job.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm falling asleep. Great job.
She's probably younger than me.
Do you do this every Monday?
She's so cute.
Yes.
Every Monday?
You're coming in.
Yeah, like where have you been? I don't Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then I just stopped for a while.
Ay. She asked if we do this every Monday. She's adorable.
Yeah. Well, it's not always ladies only, but yeah, there's always games.
Get my boy in here.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Get my husband in here.
No, for sure. Just
I was
yeah.
telling the girls earlier, I was
We
like,
should do like a couples game. That would be hilarious.
Did you not hear me say that we should be doing like a 2-person sit and go?
We did that, but I'm saying like couples, as in like married or together. Like it would be fun.
It'd be fun to do like a guys versus girls, like 5 girls and 5 guys at the table.
Oh yeah. There you go. Boom.
It's called Omaha 8.
I think it'd be so fun to have a ladies' night on a Saturday or Friday night, so we could really get
Oh wow.
crazy. And
You're lucky. I saw the wheels turning in Veronica's head when you said that. She's like, oh yeah, Friday.
Get weird, get crazy. All the guys would totally be like drooling to come in our games.
That's true. But let's get on it. Let's have a ladies' night Friday night.
Oh, look at Brent. Like, yeah. Anything you say, I'll do. Yeah.
Yeah, anything. Whatever you want. See ya. I mean, I think in terms of player fun, the more they're able to drink, it'll probably be more fun for them.
So Kat picks up aces here in the small blind. And Petey's already 3-bet to 25. So Poker Mama originally raised to 10 under the gun, which I think I would have preferred to straddle, that she could have last action. She's still going to be able to have action now. Oh no! Oh no!
So stuffed too.
God.
Oh, that's a bummer.
What a hand! Raise, 3-bet, 4-bet shove. Oh man!
I think she's like, oh.
Oh man! Kings!
Run it out.
Kings in Sacramento!
Run it out.
Oh, she's feeling the hype. What a crazy or wild last hand here. Running Diamond, I think so. It's 10 right now. Running Diamond isn't going to get it done for Carrie either, which would be a really troll river. Oh, okay. Yeah. Unfortunate for Carrie. She battled all night for sure. And not an unfortunate outcome, but she still had a good time, which is super important. You guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in because it's time for bed. Yeah, it's been pretty exciting. We're back Wednesday. I don't know exactly what the game is. My guess is it's 5-5.
I think it's a 5-5, no limit hold'em. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so
Don't talk to me after
much
the stream.
for coming. Thanks.
That's what she said.
And I'm gonna try to talk to Veronica after the stream, but
No.
it's not gonna work out.
Talk to the palm because you eat the palm. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Tweet me and snap me. Talk to you later.